I've started recording, so I could ask you the first question. And you actually asked me how I'm doing, and I was wanted to ask you the same, but I wanted to save it because the first question is going to be a tradition. It's going to be, are you mentally healthy?
I'm all right. I'm definitely better than I used to be, that's for sure. But yeah, I'd say better.
Mmm, it's actually quite interesting because Nepesta said like verbatim, word for word.
Wait, sorry, I didn't catch up. What did you say?
Uh, we asked Nepesta, or I asked Nepesta the same thing, and he was like exact same thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I I wasn't before, but now I am.
Yeah, man. I mean, GD, just a game you like, I don't know. I feel like everyone who plays this game sinks a lot of time into it. I mean, it's just not necessarily, I don't think it's healthy to sink that much time in anything, even if it's like work or stuff like that. So like I don't find it too surprising that a lot of people are like compare if they like don't play as much now or like aren't as active as like the past they used to be, for example. Like I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think spending a lot of time is it like even if it's something you enjoy as well, it's like because like for me, oh my god, this cringes every time I think I've said this twice now. I started playing games like actual video games when I was 3 on my dad's gaming computer. So I've had such a passion for video games as a whole, and Geometry Dash just being the ones that I coincidentally have some sort of following on just is pretty awesome because it just so happens to also be my number one favorite game, but it is still like I don't know. I've never had a so I had a friend ask me what is your worst experience in Geometry Dash, and I don't have any, and the game is still like mentally draining.
You know, it takes so much time to do anything, even if it's like just creating. I don't think
Yeah,
a lot of people realize that. I kind of call like GD a bit of like a high school game, just in the sense of like you have so much time, you have so much free time, and then with college and work like that, like when you grow up, it's kind of hard, and you see a lot of people just like quit. And I remember growing up wondering like what happened to all like my favorite creators and stuff like that. Be like, why'd this person stop playing? Like this guy was the goat. Like what the hell? And then like I grew up and I realized like that guy probably just like went to like college or something and just didn't have the
yeah,
time anymore, so he just disappeared. Like stuff like that.
yeah. I got that remedy with Sunix because I was always that one of those people like, why didn't you beat the top 50? And raise my fist in the air, revolt against the top players.
Yeah.
Um, and I will, before I go into another question, I do want to preface for the viewers. Rousey is gone. Rousey's not my profile picture anymore. It is low key me for real now. It is. I am a furry. We'll answer it in the next one for all the clip farms, or we'll answer it when me and Vix talk to each other for Secret Way interview for the clip farms. Oh
You
no.
have said it loud and proud.
I have said it loud and proud. Actually, probably like 5 times now. um, what to start with? Ooh, I I saw this question quite a bit, and I will also preface. I have 10 questions I came up with, and 20 that other people came up with. So it's a 10-20
Alright.
split. This is a fan question that I saw that I was really intrigued by because you have a very interesting username out of the people we have interviewed. But how did you come up with your username?
Ooh, such a it's such a simple story, honestly. I think that the best part about it is the reason why I even had to come up with this name. So I think I'll start with my first name before I came up with Ice Cave. My first name on like Geometry Dash. and like Minecraft was like Super Kirby Kid. That was like the name that like I had.
Yeah.
And like my mom helped me make it. She's like, you gotta make a username. And I'm like, well, like what do I do? She's like, well, you like Kirby, you're a kid, so Super Kirby Kid. And I was like, all right. But then I started playing GD, and that was my name. But then I started to get into like impossible levels and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I remember like a lot of those guys were my favorite creators, and they always had like that sort of like mystique around their name and stuff like that. Like stuff like Road Boast was always like ominous to me. Like those names went hard. So
Mm.
I was thinking like if I'm gonna make impossible levels, right? Like I need like a name to kind of like throw that under. And I also didn't want to put impossible levels on my main account that had like 4 stars and like like simple levels like
Yeah.
normal demons, because like back then cheating impossible levels was like a bad thing. Like you people were scared you'd get banned if you did stuff like that. Like Nubas got like Sackman Hell like deleted off of his account. Like it was not like something you wanted to do. So I was like, all right, I'll make a new account. So I'm like, what name? I need a name. And I started thinking. And my main inspiration was like Roadboss's name. And I just started thinking like, okay, what's just something? And it just kind of like clicked in my head. I'm like iced. I'm like okay, and then came. I'm like, nah, that kind of goes crazy. So that I was just like sure. I just made the account and I just took that name. And there's not like that much else other than like I don't know. I was like 10 to 12 or something like that when I came up with it, and I still
Yeah.
cannot believe I came up with such a good name at like that age. But it's stuck.
Yeah, it's very very similar aura to Roadboss. I see it now.
It's gotta you gotta have like an aura name if you're gonna make impossible levels and stuff like that. It's just like tradition. You just
Yeah.
need one.
And then have one of the worst names to showcase him. Tosh Deluxe.
No, Deluxe in his name made up for it, man. Tosh
No, yeah.
Deluxe, that guy, it felt like luxury, and then that guy wasn't a great person, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, his username actually is like people call him Toshi? Like
Toshi, yeah, he like put that on himself. Like he would always do that where he's like, okay, Tosh for display name Tosh Deluxe or display name like Toshi. He's like, bro, I want to be called like 30 different variants of his name.
Yo,
It's like,
what's
all
up,
right, man.
Tushy?
Nah,
Kidding, nah, he's probably a chill guy.
he's alright.
uh um hmm what's a I'm also very tired. I was so before this, I had the questions done on my end, but I needed fan questions because I like to wait like the last day. So
Hmm.
like, because
Fresh
it
in your head.
well it mostly gets all the questions that I could find because like let's say if I community post and ping the Discord like an hour into it, I get questions like there will be a lot more after that.
Hmm.
So I like to wait until the last day for fan questions, but like it was so hard getting 20.
I did look at like the comments. I saw some paragraphs. I'm like, damn. Like, I wonder which ones they're gonna pick because there's so many.
I also like to cherry pick as well because I'm an idiot.
Nah,
So
Lou. You gotta ask the hard hitting questions.
yeah, and I'll go to one of mine real quick. How did you find out about Geometry Dash?
Ooh. So I remember growing up, I used to watch like a bunch of YouTube. Like I loved watching people like Dashi mainly, but also like big YouTubers like PewDiePie and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I remember seeing, I think it was, I'm not sure which playthrough I saw first, but I remember seeing Jump Dash on YouTube. And I think I saw some YouTuber, I think it might have been Dashi that I watched play it. And I'm like, oh, this game's cool. So I started like watching more videos about it. And the channel that really got me like kind of hooked on the idea to like start playing it was I saw Weo like video like of Sochi ski jumper like the worst demon or whatever stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then I started like watching GD videos. So then I went to the app store. I got like Geometry Dash Lite, and I played for a bit. But I'm like, there's no level editor. And even like back then, I wanted to like make levels, but I didn't have a way to buy it because I was a little kid, right? But then
Yeah.
like I started going to school, and at school, other kids were playing Geometry Dash too. So it was like, oh, this is like the cool thing to do apparently. Like everyone else is playing Geometry Dash as well. And then after playing it for a while, I was like, asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, please. Like I need $3. Like I need this. Like I really and she's like, yeah, okay. And she just like let me have it. And I was like, great. It was the first thing like I bought over the internet. And then like since then I was just like I just started playing. I'd always play it like during recess and stuff like that at school. And because I liked it, I was like the best person in my grade to play Geometry Dash, and it was hilarious
Mm.
because I remember at recesses people would try and beat levels like during recess, and like I was playing club step, and people like gather around me watch me play club step because they were like, "Whoa, like you're playing like the demon level, like what?" Like it was so crazy, but. It was a mix of YouTube and also kids at school playing it that really got me into it, and then I just kind of just never stopped playing.
Wow. I I have similar events, but I guess I went to a school that didn't really like not a lot of people played Geometry Dash like you're saying they did at your school.
Mm.
I did have this designated group, me and three other uh guys, and one of them was the best, but they were also not someone we liked because they would always like I'm the best, I'm the best. So I don't talk to them anymore. But the other two, I best friends of all time.
You reminded me. I do remember it was back then too in school. I did see it from one of my friends first, who I had a similar experience with. Like I ended up not being like great friends with him after,
Yeah.
but he showed me like Jump Dash like kind of earlier than I started to discover it. But it was kind of like a was playing it. He had the full version, and I was kind of jealous of that. We played together for like a week or whatever, but then like I stopped playing for like a good while, and I kind of like forgot about the game. But then I rediscovered it on YouTube, and then that kind of I'm like, okay, I might want to get into this, but it was kind of like little kid me was like my friend I don't like no more played that game. I don't know. Like I was kind of like second guessing it, but I'm glad that I started and like got it for myself because it's this like equivalent of like playing a game at your friend's house instead of like having it yourself. Like there were so many games as a kid that like I played at a friend's house but never
Yeah.
like owned. Like I never had like an Xbox. I never had like a PlayStation. Like I had a Wii and then I had a Wii U. So like I played like Call of Duty, Black Ops 1 and these games like at friends' houses, but I never like had that experience. It kind of felt like that, but it was like the only game that I'm like, nah, like let me get this myself. And also because it was like $3, so it wasn't like getting a whole console.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of little variables now I think about it, but yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I same here with like GD kind of being the first game that I uh kind of requested to get purchased from my dad.
It was so scary for me to like I don't know why. It just like putting money on the internet back then was such a like what? Like to me it didn't make sense in my brain. Like you gotta go out and buy things. Put money on the internet? Nah, like that's weird.
Yeah, like back then I felt like anything it kind of I kind of always like I don't know if that was just me, but I got kind of scared into thinking every single thing on the internet is like some sort of scam or some sort of virus, like like
Hmm.
even like the Play Store.
Oh yeah, no. I mean back then, man, like the internet was the wild wild west. Like I even remember I had access to like my family had like a family computer and me and my brother would play on it. But like they kind of like let me just like use the internet and I'm so surprised that like I never got any sort of virus or anything. I just played like flash games. But like I
Hmm.
could have just like went somewhere weird and got some sort of virus and like brick that computer like so easily. Like I don't know. I stayed in my lane really well, and I remember even when I was asking my mom like about like, oh, let me buy this. Like I came up to her, I'm like, I started explaining what it was because like I'm spending money on it, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I really like this game. I've been playing it for a month. Like I really want to make levels, and you could only make levels if you could buy it. Like I was really trying to sell it, and she was like, yeah, sure. She didn't really care. It was a big deal to me.
Yeah, I am. I just got lucky that I didn't get a birthday gift that year, the same year. So, but I like this question. If you could change one thing about GD history, what would it be and why?
How GD history? Wait, no, that's a crazy question to ask someone like me.
Anything.
Ooh, anything?
Anything.
Oh
One
God.
anything.
Okay. I'm a straight up just say anything I say is gonna be like incorrect because like there's just so many things that you can change. Jeez. One thing that I changed about all of Jamshid's history. Oh God. To be honest, my first instinct is to say, funny enough, that like Space UK got caught immediately,
Yeah.
but also like low-key conflict of interest that ended up happening with Slaughterhouse. Like I would have like I the history of that level would be completely different. But I feel like that would be a good answer. But that's kind of difficult for me to say. I think I'm gonna try and stick with a historical thing. I wish. Oh, I think this is easy. You know what? You know what? Yeah, sure. Call it like might be a bit of a throw to this answer, but I wish that Rob Top had like not messed up physics throughout the game's lifespan. I think that's like a bit of a general
Hmm.
answer, but I really wish he just didn't mess with the base of the game over and over and over again, like throughout its whole history. Like not just like 2.2, 2.2 obviously a big one, but I mean just like
Yeah.
over the span of the game's history to just like have it have been the way that it was, period, and just had it been that way. Because that I feel like has affected me a lot, but also a lot of the people that like I make hard levels, I make impossible levels. The limits of the game have been like the biggest thing and the biggest selling point of Jamshash to me. Like I always love the idea of like, the impossible game. Like Jamshash is hard. That's the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
what's the hardest level? And that sort of falls in that realm of what's possible, what's not, who gets like fucked over pretty much by physics. Like I get fucked over by physics, top players do, like stuff like that. Even like I still remember stuff like Red World. He just decided, I guess it's not physics related, but it's kind of in the same line of thinking with Rob just kind of changing things. Like that one decoration block that made the level impossible was like a physical block. He just changed it. I just kind of wish Rob Top overall was just like a more consistent person. But I'm not trying to hate on Rob Top because I'm very thankful for that man. Without him, there would be no game. And that man can get up at any time of the day and decide to never work on this game ever again because he's like a man's like a millionaire, has a family. Like that man has everything. So he
There's
works on this game and the for the love of the game. But I do wish he was just more consistent. I think that would have done a lot for everyone. And I think it's better to do that general answer than like one specific like history piece because I like the game's history. Like
yeah.
I thought like what if Mifui verified Sonic Wave? Like that would have
Hmm.
been really cool. But it's also like then how much would it change? And like would it be better? Would it be worse? Like it would be interesting, but like I kind of like how things played out with this game. There's so many stories and stuff like that. I don't think I would try and tamper with that. I like how things are or have
Uh,
played out.
honestly, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That's not an answer I would have expected, but it is an answer I definitely do respect because like I feel like anybody else asking you that question would have thought about instantly something related to Space UK. But
Oh wait, it was the first thought. It was the
yeah,
first thought. It's
yeah,
tough. It's tough to say. I know there will probably be questions about him later, but I guess I'll save some history stuff behind him till then. But I thought of it instantly, but also like we're fine now. Like a lot of things
yeah,
happened. I know people like Doggy didn't get like the spotlight that they deserved. Other players didn't get like he did rob so many people and it was such a big like part of the game's history. But now that it's sort of passed and washed over and we're in a completely new era of the game where it kind of feels like the past and like we've all moved on from it, I kind of find it difficult to specifically pick that. I feel like if it was more recent, I would instantly be like that, even with the conflict of interest with me. But I feel like the general thing would have just been better for the entirety of the game. I don't think there would be so much drama around mods and this, that, and whatever if it would have just Rob would have been just consistent
yeah,
and communicated stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more. I think I would also I don't know because you brought up like what if Mifui verified Sonic Wave. I do still think I would pick like a major event like that because at the end of the day, I feel like if RobTop was a better GD creator or Jesus Christ, game developer.
Developer.
Yeah. Um, game developer is the same initials as
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Geometry Dash. Huh.
Oh.
I didn't even know that. But uh, I feel like Rob Top like putting more time into this game, in my personal opinion, would probably halter our like mod making community, because I know there's a huge mod making community, and I feel like if RobTop was more malleable with the community, I feel like there wouldn't be so many people like making stuff like Geode and
Oh no, I
like
mean,
CBF.
I wouldn't want that. I mean more like physics related. I guess I'll explain more my thought process because a good example is like Silent Club Step, right? That level,
Yeah.
for those unaware, got so destroyed by every update that came out after it. And I mean it, no, like it's so bad. Like I've joked and talked to Salem about it, but like every update, even 2.2, like every update ever since it came out has destroyed that level. And it's incredible. Like first things first, when 2.0 came out, the ship physics for the game changed. A lot of people don't know this. And I remember even when I talked to Riot about it, because I remember telling him, like, you're the only person who beat Bloodbath in 1.9, like when the ship was harder. And he's like, no, I never knew that. And this was like a year or two ago. I told him that. Like, he never knew.
Yeah.
But the ship physics changed, so everything was lighter. Because RobTop knew like higher refresh rate existed and stuff like that. It made ship easier. So I think that's why he changed it to the ship to be lighter, but that messed with the Silent Clips up first ship because you're supposed to go up and down in this like super insane corridor where the spikes are just like moved up a little, and it's infinitely harder on 2.0 than it was in 1.9. And so that's like the first thing. Then he messed up like layered orbs, so the layered orbs stopped working in Silent Club Step, and like you just couldn't like fix that properly ever since. Like it was stuff like that, and then even in 2.2, he came back and messed up the orb layering again. It's like stuff like that where and then he obviously standardized ship and ball and all that stuff to be kind of like equivalent to the original physics, which people didn't play on for years. Like the physics were made for 60 hertz, obviously, but then everyone started using high refresh rate. And Rob Topper like knew that. Like he was very aware. But he decided he made a choice to not evolve the game. He decided it was too much of a struggle to, you know, unit like make everything one piece like he did now in 2.2. Like he brought everything together into one sort of like state of physics and now like that won't change, but he didn't do that for like a decade. Like he didn't do that for so long. So he made that choice to not do it, to then make it and then make it a certain way that a lot of people don't like, and when including me. But I think I would have wished that he just never kind of started on that path where things were just one way and like it didn't change unless like it was absolutely necessary. Like the 2.2 ship upside down physics don't need to be quote unquote fixed that make it completely
Yeah.
different now than it used to be. Like the stuff where all the physics now are tied to kind of like 60 hertz equivalency when people haven't been playing on 60 hertz for like years, like even like phones nowadays are 120 hertz, like stuff like that, or the layered orbs, like all these little things affect people like me and top players like a lot more, and it alters history. Like Silent Club Step's history was forever altered because of that. Like the level had to get updated, and I know in even 2.2 when it came out, like you couldn't get to the drop because you would just die in the transition. Like stuff like that, where it's like you forced the hand of people to change history, and things will never be the same. Like the ship will never feel the way that it used to, which is fine.
Hmm.
But then in like orb layering, like you can't redo that. Like I went through such a long process with the Silent Club Step update, the update on my account, where I played on the 1.9 version for like 4 hours, trying to like perfectly replicate exactly how it worked. Like stuff like that, where it's like, man, making me jump through so many hoops, and it still will never play the same. Like even in 2.2 with extreme demons and stuff, like the slaughterhouse ball got like destroyed, like because of the orbs, and like Doggy had to like kind of recreate it the best he could, but that will never be the exact same. And that stuff to me like means a lot, and I feel like it's such a small thing that a lot of people never sort of realize or consider until it's something that you actively like have to deal with and fight against. And even then, you never know if he's just going to change it the next update. And that's kind of the worst part. And that's honestly kind of why I quit when 2.2 came out for a while. I tried making a new level and then one of the patches broke it and then I just stopped. Like I stopped like creating for like 6 months. Because I'm like, I'm gonna make something. I don't know if it's gonna be like I don't know if the slopes are gonna work in 6 months. I don't know if they're gonna do this, if they're gonna do that. Like that inconsistency drives people who are very dedicated to the game away from it. And
Yeah.
not to sound like, oh, you know, everything has to stay the same forever and there can't be change, but it's like you got to be very careful in a game like this, where like individual frames matter, stuff like that. Like very the smallest difference does so much. Like the slopes, like when the slopes came out in 2.2, I'm like he really just messed up all the slopes and like you can't play like basic levels anymore. Like how did he do this and not think of it? Like stuff like that I was just like I just can't. Like I don't know. I treat this game with such like delicacy where like yeah you change the smallest thing and like who knows the consequences. And then Rob has kind of treated it through history with like whatever, like throw shit at the fan, see what happens, and kind of has left the community to like pick up the pieces with mods or like with their own fixes. And then another update comes out and those fixes don't work anymore. It's like stuff like that I feel like drives the dedicated player or creator kind of crazy in a way that I wish just didn't existed because I think it's affected me a lot, especially with 2.2 and stuff. But I think that's why I say that because even with like the history things, if Mafili beat Sonic Wave, it's like that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
How much would have this changed? Like, it's like the butterfly effect is crazy. It's like you have no idea. Like, oh, if Mafili beat Sonic Wave, maybe Riot like just never quit or something, or maybe Riot like just dropped the game then and there. Like, who knows what happened? Maybe Sonic's never became the best player. He's like, oh well, he never had his debut and he just didn't do what he did. Like, I kind of just look back and I'm very fond of this game's history, the good and the bad, and I don't know if I'd want to change it like deliberately. And I don't feel like me or anyone else like even in like the hypothetical should like have the power to like just change something because like who knows what'll happen, who knows who you'll like fuck over or whose careers you might make. Like it's insane. But I guess it's kind of like old gen thinking because like I've been around for so much it kind of like feels like oh god you touch one thing everything goes wrong. Like I don't want to do that.
No,
I
I
hope
get
that
that.
like gives more context.
No, I definitely get that. I do understand what you mean now, and I think I agree. The most sensitive, at least one of the most sensitive things in this game that, like you said, any minuscule detail that's changed about it, being the physics, will just completely and entirely change how the game works as a whole. And
Hmm.
I like I'm also old gen, but I also firmly believe that 2.1 physics should have like it could have very well stayed 2.1 physics 2.1 physics because we got used to that, and GD kind of got more popular after 2.1 came out, and
A
there
lot
wasn't
more.
yeah, and there wasn't a whole lot of like physics complaints when 2.1 came out. Like everyone kind of seemed to admire the update. You know, Mega Hack was growing up at the time, and like we were kind of distracted of all these other things to be focused on the physics. And I don't know, I just feel like it never needed to be changed. I mean, maybe I don't know if like 2.1 physics would have made the swing act all weird. That I mean, that probably could have been something to do with it because I know adding a new game mode is also like depending on the physics, it'll like it'll depend on how it'll react to
Mm.
the game. And I
I'll
know,
say like with 2.1, and I won't drone on about physics forever, I promise, but with 2.0, there definitely had to be a change because I was like, I really came to understand everything that affected things. Like 2.1 did have issues, mainly with like higher frame rates.
yeah,
Like if you went above like 600, the game would like speed portals would have different speeds. Like it would be slightly faster, slightly slower, and now you're like actually starting to like break the game. So it definitely needed to be like standardized. And it's just the way that he did it was like in the worst way humanly possible. Like he couldn't have done it worse. And I don't really think it's his fault because he tried to. It mainly had to do with platformer. A lot of the physics had to change, and he had to like take out the whole base of the game. He had to rewrite everything because of platformer. Because 2.1 worked one way and 2.2 worked a different way, and he needed it to work for platformer. But I just wish he like separated the two because like platformer physics don't need to affect the normal game physics, in a lot of
Yeah.
like interactions. But they did. And that's why things are the way they are. But things definitely had to change. I just wish he like, I don't know, had like a little Tweety bird up in his ear telling him like, "Hey man, don't do that. There's great consequences for this." Like something like that, but like I don't know. It never happened, but I'm sure things will get better. I know that this game will prosper no matter what because like we all love this game
Hmm.
and I think it's here to stay for a long time, even if it's can be in better states or worse states. Like time will tell. I don't think this game's gonna die.
I agree. I think I think it's got another at least. I think it'll have the same amount of time that it's been a game since its birth back in August of 2013. I think that same amount of time it'll have the same longevity, like another 12, 13
Mm.
years. I think this game's got a good 40 years on its lifespan.
I mean, I hope so. I don't want this game to go away.
Me neither.
It would be
And
sad.
by the time I feel like if it's gonna be 40 years old and still alive, I feel like by the time I'm not gonna be able to play this game anymore.
Yeah, no, this game's hard to play when you're getting older, man.
Yeah. And I guess relatable question to this. Uh what do you think the human limit will be?
I think that's an easy one. Not gonna lie. I don't think there is one in this game. I feel like every time that anyone said like, "Oh, we've hit the human limit," that just gets like buried. Like that level, whatever's the human limit, that now that thing's in legacy list. God knows where it is now. Like if people were saying like Bloodbath was the human limit, like every new achievement that ends up being the hardest thing, people are like, "Nah, like this is it." I think nowadays that's sort of changed with how like insane players are. Like people are so good at this game. Like it kind of scares me. Like how good like these players are like naturally gifted. It's crazy. I think the human limit is how dedicated someone can be.
Yeah.
Because like imagine if Zoink spent like 2 years on a level. Like how hard would that be? You know what I mean? Or like Zoink or whoever the best player is going to be in like 3 years from now. It's just kind of how dedicated can a person be and not lose their mind is whatever the human limit is in this game. Because people will sit down and even now dedicate hundreds of thousands of attempts on like levels like doggy with grief. Like oh my god, I can't imagine spending this. Like he doesn't have fun. I feel horrible. But like damn, like that's dedication. Like that level is scary to play. Do that pre-drop every time? Like nah, like that ain't worth it. Like that level is something else. I just think people when people really care about something, even if it's a video game. I feel like they'll push it to the extremes. And I mean, hey, GD was really held back by hardware and stuff like that, like 60 hertz, or like people used to play like the G502 used to be the holy grail. Now everyone's on keyboards. Like there's always going to be new tech, new advantages, just new things to even if they make marginal like differences, like to just push this game infinitely forward as long as people are dedicated to playing it. And as long as the game's like accurate and
Yeah.
not doesn't feel bad to play.
Yeah. I I talked about this with actually I think it's quite a couple people now, but it started off with talking about it to Zoink and then kind of telling other people that we talked about this. The human limit is basically just going to be like how long can you be lucky for? Like how long can you do the one the 240 frame perfect clicks for? Like I know one of the things that was brought up was like at a point in time the human limit will just be this level has 267 240 FPS frame perfect clicks, but this level has 268. So that one is now the new top one. Well, this new one has 269. That's the new top one. And then there's just going to be a point in time where clicking to that kind of like pattern will just get to a point to where it's not going to be able to be humanly done anymore.
I mean, yes and no. I feel like a big misconception with difficulty at the moment kind of has to stem with that, with accuracy, and like how hard can you make a click be? And I
Yeah.
think that sort of stemmed from levels being shorter. And like yeah, I remember levels like Colorado, like it's like a minute long, but like every click is like the worst thing ever, especially like back then on 144 hertz. Like
Yeah.
I was like terrified that that level even existed, and people have just pushed that over and over again. And I think the challenge list is the biggest like example of that, of like how long can you just re-roll until like you get it. But I think now, especially modern day, the community has opted to go with length, levels being longer. Like there's levels like Flame Wall, Grief, like projects are actively starting to get longer mainly because of that. Like you can make every click in a 1 minute level the hardest thing ever. But
Yeah.
not only will that not be fun to play, but also like is that even doable? Like you're just kind of, no matter how good you are, you're going to be rolling a dice with these timings. Unless you're like a savant or something. But like I can see a future where every like new level in the top 10 is an hour long. Like even if this is like in 20 years or something like that, something ridiculous. Like I feel like people will always push length over stuff like that because yeah, no, humans are, we're never perfect, you know? Like we can't do the perfect timing on loop like for an hour. Like we can't do that.
Yeah.
But we can push consistency. But there's always going to be a luck factor. Jump Shash always anything, if it's like sports or games, your performance, you could have a good day, you could have a bad day. You can get lucky, you can get unlucky. Like it happens, you know. I don't think that'll be a huge roadblock. It's kind of just where the players want to take it. You know, like they have that choice, like the creators and the players. Like if creators want to make an hour long level that's impossible, go for it. Or if they want to make a 30-second level where like everything's like a micro 1,000 frame FPS, like, frame perfect, like go for it. Like depends where they're gonna take it, but regardless, someone's gonna prosper. I think. At least that's what I want to happen.
I just hope like that's why I like levels like Tidal Wave. Like I can't really like I try to play that level and it's like it's so much more feasible to me than the rest of the top 5. Except every end is a pretty cool
Mm.
exception.
Yeah, there is though like the I like Tidal Wave by the way. I think it's a pretty neat level.
Like
I'm so
yeah.
glad that like it was play tested and stuff. Oh my god. I think that's like a modern day topic streams have the hardest time with is like damn man, just play test your level man. It can't be that hard. Like
Yeah.
Amethyst came out and just like I'm seeing videos of secret ways people just like skipping half level. Like come on now. Like how would we do with this? Like but yeah, like with the Tidal Wave is a great example. And also like I think Grief will also be whenever it comes out because that level's long.
Yes.
That level doesn't have
Yes.
breaks. Like that level's terrifying.
How long is it?
I mean, I think it's like what, like pushing like 3 minutes or something crazy like that. I might be wrong. It might be like 2.5 minutes. I might look stupid because it's my own level. Let's see.
No,
GD Grief. I need to check.
cuz like
Oh, 2 minutes 55 seconds.
oh man, I was going to say if we get a
It's like
new
2 minutes
freaking
50.
new longest top one, oh like
No, I'm sure someone's making some 10-minute project right now.
oh probably. I know what oh Jesus. Jonathan GD. I know he's making like a 15-minute long travel level.
Jeez.
I don't think that's gonna be
I'm hyped for that though.
yeah. I'm so excited about the actual like projects. Like ever since starting the Secret Way channel, I've kind of realized like GD is so much more about like there's so much about this game and about this community than just the pointer crate list, just star grinding, just create like oh it's amazing. There's so much.
There's so many subsections to this game.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, but the only thing I kind of dislike about it is that they don't all get along, which kind of sucks because we all play the same game. Like I'll see like star grinders fighting with top players or stuff. It's like, bro, like we're all playing the same game, man. Like it doesn't really matter. Like
Right?
we all like our own things in this game. Like there doesn't. I think this is the biggest thing. I think a lot of people who play this game think that there's some sort of inner conflict between these sub communities, and there just straight up isn't. Like I personally, I used to star grind when I was younger, but like I kind of grew out of that. I stopped star grinding, right?
Yeah.
I have no problems with like if you start grinding and have fun, good for you. The whole point of the video games to have fun. Like it ain't for me, but like I got no reason to beef with nobody. Like
Yeah.
if it's top players or people who like I don't know, solely just creating, just whatever you end up like you like to do in this. Like I don't like platformer that much in this game. If you love platformer, that's great. Like I got no problem with that. I just feel like a lot of people make up that like there's some sort of like overlap. There needs to be a fight, and yeah, a lot of it has to do, funny enough, with yeah the physics. Like the CBF controversy, it's like man, we got people who are star grinding talking about like nah, like that's cheating. It's like this don't really apply to you, or it's like this doesn't affect you. Like stuff like that like positively impacts the whole game. If it's something like CBF or just like other mods, like general improvements to Jump Dash, I feel like have been held back by these different sub communities that feel like it affects them, but like it doesn't. Like if CBF came out to the game, that ain't going to affect the average player who's playing on their phone, who doesn't really care. Like they either won't be using it or they won't feel a difference. Like it doesn't change anything. But people think it does, or they feel like, well, I don't like this side of the community, so like I'm gonna say no. Like sort of that, like sort of infighting this community's always had. I feel like just like so unnecessary. Like
Yeah.
live and let live, man. Like we all play the same game. Whatever brings you joy, man, just do it. Like
Mhm.
you shouldn't have problems. Like I don't got problems with people who make 4 stars. I kind of only make demons. Like it is what it is. Like just enjoy it.
I couldn't agree more. I just like none of this matters. I mean, on the off chance, like I do want to be a top player. It would be awesome, but it's a highly unlikely, and b I already have a lot of fun with this game. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't try to implement drama into any of it. Like, it just I will say some of it does just kind of happen. Like, I mean, I we make GD content. Obviously, you and I probably know some things that a lot of people don't. That just happens.
Hmm.
And like I don't subscribe myself to drama at all ever, and I try my hardest not to. And I think when it like you said like CBF, how the star grinding community is complaining about it, like I will never ever complain about something that doesn't apply to me. Like the only way I could do something like that is like if GD Awards gets a new like section of like the best GD Shorts channel, and we get nominated, and we somehow lose because I can't really name anyone else that does better shorts than Secret Way because it's all the same.
Hmm. I mean, short form, short form something, man.
It is something. And great pan into a question that I like to ask everybody. You can break my heart. You can you can tear out my soul and make me cry. But what is your brutally honest opinion on Secret Way?
So I remember I, funny enough, found you guys first through like the long form content. Funny enough, because
Yeah.
I'm not very, I don't like, not very active anymore in the GD space. I remember my like past year, I've had no jump dash, and like my if I opened YouTube, there was none. Like
Damn.
anywhere I went, there was nothing. But as like I slowly started to like start watching things again, I started getting those recommendations, and that's funny enough how I first like found the channel. And I was on YouTube Shorts for a little bit, and I remember seeing a couple of your guys' shorts without even knowing it. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Like I like the long form obviously more than anything, and short forms like for certain people, like man, I got a little bit too hooked on reels, man. I'll just say that. Like I got ADHD, like that ain't good for me. But like as long as it's informative, as long as you gain something, even if it's just like proper entertainment, if that makes sense. Like not something that's just gonna like jiggle keys in front of your face and like oh flashing lights, like stuff like that. Like then like what's the harm? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm chill with it, and I really like this series that y'all are doing. So that's my thoughts.
Well, thank you very much. I can't wait to do an interview with Vix, and we're gonna just talk about Secret Way and be asked that question and say I hate Secret Way. No, but the one thing I always thrived on was trying to stand out and kind of not fit with the crowd, and that's really easy with shorts.
Oh yeah.
So like we do have a short where I blatantly um spread misinformation, and I said it was what is the first mythic rated level in Geometry Dash, and I said rage quit to see what people would say, and
Mm.
everyone said rage bait or rage quit, more like rage bait.
Dude, even stuff like that. Like, if anyone's looking at shorts or reels or anything, like something that's like it's you're supposed to scroll past, right?
Yeah.
If you're taking like real if you're taking it at surface value, that's all you take it as. Don't take anything you see on reels or shorts like that deep, or that person will be like, no, that's true, I saw that on reels. Never do that about anything. GD, who really cares? But like I'm talking about, like, I've heard people repeat the weirdest things about like real world stuff. I'm like, bro, like, where'd you see this? He's like, reels. I'm like, dude, like, you gotta get off, man, like, stop. And I see anything that's giving me information about something I'm like not aware of, I just like scroll past. I'm like, nah, man, can't get me.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Earth rotates because there are two UFOs pushing it. Where'd you find
Dude, the
that?
amount of, oh my god,
Oh,
the amount of
TikTok.
reels I see where it starts off with like the ice wall. I'm like, bro, like, I need out. Like, I'm restarting Instagram. Give me a new feed, man. Like, what is this, man? I don't want to see this. Talk about the ice wall. Sometimes it's funny to laugh at. I won't lie. I'll like sit there and be like, all right, let's see what this guy's cooking. And it's just like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'm like, I can't believe these people exist. Like, I think that's the most I get. But, bro, like, the short form has been a bit of like, I don't know, poison in the well when it comes to online creation. But at
Yeah.
the same time, like, it was gonna happen no matter what. And it's I feel like if people beef with short form or stuff like that, it has less to do with either the content or the people behind it or stuff like that, and more has to do with like the systems that are in place that like uh make them popular. Like, I remember how many views like shorts and stuff were getting when YouTube was pushing. Like, that's like insane. Like, someone's gonna see that and be like, yo, like, we gotta make short form, like, obviously, because if
Yeah.
they make the system like that, like, people are gonna participate. So it's like I've never ever had beef with any type of like short form or stuff like that. Like, this is how things have been set up, and I can beef with like YouTube or Reels or yada yada yada, diminishing like attention spans all I want, but like it ain't gonna change nothing. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think it's just gonna just be like, don't take it too seriously. Like, it's the internet. You know what I mean? I feel like people take the internet a little bit too seriously.
Yeah. You can beef with us.
Hey man,
What
we're
is
starting beef today.
what is the worst extreme demon? You might think it's Slaughterhouse.
Wait, say that again.
uh
The
uh.
worst demon?
Oh no, guys.
Nah,
Nah, I love Slaughterhouse.
beefing today. Dude, I
Uh,
get a lot of Slaughterhouse gets a lot of comments, man, about this, that, and whatever. Heard
no,
it all.
I am actually one of the. I know a lot of people. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't really talk to a lot of people about Slaughterhouse, but personally, I think it's like very fitting of a level to dethrone a prior top one like Tartarus. Like, I don't think Firework had, like, even though like, yeah, it did get verified before, it's kind of the same thing I talked into Pesta about. It would just be so weird to see Kinos number one, Zodiac number two. Same thing with Firework number one, Tartarus number two. Like, that always just like the idea of that just like seems so weird in my head.
Mm-hmm. I feel like levels have vibes to them. Like, I think that's the biggest thing with Slaughterhouse. The fact that it's like straightforward, and even like I'll see like people like, so like XQC and like Ludwig saw it, and they were like, damn, like, they don't even understand what's happening, but they know what's like happening. Like, they
Yeah.
see, you see the wave go really fast, you're like, okay, nah, like, what's happening? I saw Oni Pixel was freaking out, like, stuff like that, where like levels will have vibes to them, even to those who like play the game. Like, I guess you can use the word aura. Like, certain levels have certain auras to them where one will be better than like another. Like, in my opinion, stuff like Amethyst, just like, it doesn't have like the top one. Like, if that level was top 10 or top 30, I don't think it would change my opinion on that. Like, I don't think I'd care, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if it's number one or not. I kind of see it there and like, ah, like, okay, like, sure. Like, I'm not excited that it's there, because it's like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, the top one's like the face of the game or whatever, but it's kind of just like, you want the hardest level to give off the hardest level vibes and to make you like sort of feel something when you watch it, be like amazed. And I feel like when levels fall short of that, it's just like then just it doesn't have to be the hardest level in the game. Like who cares? Like if it's top 30, like awesome. I think I'd enjoy levels more that try not to do that because I think top demons are like kind of grandiose in it of themselves because like they have to be. So when levels just like aren't, it's just like why'd you make it like why'd you make it this hard for like no reason? It's like it doesn't feel fitting if that makes sense. I felt like Slaughterhouse was very fitting to be as hard as it was. I mean, it
Yeah.
was supposed to be impossible at first, so I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like I agree with that. I think a lot of people agree with that. I think grief. Uh, I don't know if it'll get rated.
Yeah, I don't expect it to.
I don't expect
I'll
it to
say
either.
I don't think I think it's gonna be impossible to hurt the community to not like spam rate grief, but like me and Doggy have accepted that the level will not be rated because well he's using CBF. The
Yeah.
hope is that like Rob Top releases his version of CBF like soon or after it's verified and then it gets rated, or someone beats it without CBF and then it gets rated. Like whatever it is, grief more is about like I think the journey with Doggy more than anything. Like that level means a lot to him. Slaughterhouse meant so much to him to the point where it's like in the current state of game, I do not care about the star rating, man. Like whatever. Let Doggy have his accurate inputs on the hardest level in the game ever, type thing. Like that level is so scary. I could not imagine forcing him to be like, don't use CVF. Like no, like he's already like losing his soul over this, man. Like come on, have some sympathy. Like who cares about the star rate? It would be cool
Yeah.
to see it at number one, even if it isn't. It's in the same way. Like I'll look at Amethyst. I don't even know if Think Space 2 is harder, but I kind of just see Amethyst up there, and I'm like, I don't really think it's even the top one. 'Cause I don't know. Maybe Think Space 2 is harder, and I feel like it'd be the same thing if whatever level's number one when Grief comes out. Like everyone would be like, well, Grief's the hardest level, like stuff like that. In
Yeah.
people's hearts, it'll be the top one no matter what.
Yeah. I don't like. I saw a list. Like, what would be the top 50 in I think it was like 2027, and grief was just number one. Like I think
I
people.
don't think I don't think this could be up there for that long.
Yeah, I think people just want it to be top one, and like I get that. I mean, I hope Grief doesn't share a history similar to Slaughterhouse's and ends up being forced at number one just because, like obviously I don't think like, Doggy's different to Space UK. Space UK
Oh yeah, no,
did
he's
it for fame.
if
Doggy doesn't
I,
care at
Doggy
all.
spent so long if he cheated. I feel like honestly, if anything, he'd rather like completely delete his channel than like hack that level. Like
Yeah,
straight up.
and hmm. Actually, I saw this question. I thought it was really interesting. Would Space UK be the verifier of grief if he was legit?
No. No.
Mm.
I remember seeing the Doggy interview and him being asked about grief and whatever, and something came up about how like Doggy said like yeah, like Space UK was like gonna be the verifier or whatever, or something like that. And then like I picked him instead. Like that happened. And the reason being was cause I didn't like Space cheating and everything gave him this like nonchalant personality, you know, and like I saw him during the verification race of Slaughterhouse, and like I kind of followed his career like a little bit because he was
Yeah.
like the best player, you know. And to me, he always came off as not caring about Jump Dash. Like I felt like to him, the game didn't mean that much. Where people like Doggy, I felt like the game meant like everything to them, you know. Like they were much. I felt like Doggy was so much more passionate, and I straight up told Space because he asked me like, "Can I verify grief?" And I said like, even if you're the better player than Doggy, which at the time like he was cheating, so yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I said like, I don't think you have like the balls to play a level for a year. Like I straight up am like, I think you don't make progress, significant progress in the first 3 weeks. You're just gonna like stop playing it for 2 months or something like that. Like I didn't want like these huge breaks or like people who were very good but unmotivated playing a level like that because I knew like what that level like could do to somebody. Like that level is like a really brutal experience. And I feel like I could have just like I just saw like the future being Space gets like I don't know, he gets 45 and then he stops playing for 2 months and then this that
Yeah.
whatever kind of like what he ended up doing with oh my god how am I blanking on the name,
Banshee?
Banshee, yes,
Yeah.
on Banshee, which thank God by the way that he didn't like hack that level, but you see what I mean, like with the progress of that. Um,
Yeah.
and I just felt like Doggy would be the type of person to sit down and play that level for a year if he had to. And would you look at that? It's been over a year and he's playing the level. So I think passion over everything in this game. Even if a player is better than another player, like someone's passion will bring them to the finish line, where less motivated people might quit, especially if you're like pushing their limits a lot.
Yeah. I think I mean, I guess you can say Space UK you're missing out on all the money. That grief.
Something like that. Nah, I'm so
I'm
glad that
kidding.
I'm so glad he got exposed, man. Like oh my god, that man wouldn't have made like Doggy makes money because he streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Space UK, that level would have been out like 3 months after I gave it to him, and like he would have like made like I don't know, he would have made like a little bit amount of money, but like there's no shot he would have made that much. That man was not an entertainer. That man did not have anything to him other than being the best player. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that he was cheating his ass off. Like, man, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, be entertaining and stream all the time? Nope. Like, you can't do that.
And
So,
do you still talk to Space at all?
no. I remember, I know people who talk to him. Like, I still have friends or, like, people I used to talk to who I know. Like, if I reached out to them and said, like, yo, I want to talk to Space, I'd probably be able to get a hold of him one way or another. But
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted to talk to him after he got exposed because, like, he was in the Slaughterhouse verification like race server, and he was also like I invited him to my own personal server, right? And like when he got exposed, everyone was tagging him and stuff like that, and like he just straight up like he left, he unfriended everyone, he deleted his Discord, like, but like I wanted to like sit down and kind of have a combo with him about it, but I remember like he ended up explaining himself in his Twitter post and whatever, but like me and Space were never really that close.
Mm.
uh we talked a bit during like the Slaughterhouse verification, obviously, but even when he verified the level, I found out through his Twitter post. He didn't even DM me when he beat it. He posted it to Twitter. I saw his Twitter, and I'm like, "You verified it." Like he didn't even message me. Like, nah, like seriously, like so, like I was never like close to the guy. Like we had calls sometimes when in the verification race server where everyone was sort of calling. Like he'd show up from time to time, but even then, like he wasn't very active. He'd kind of just like post screenshots of him like making progress and stuff. Showed up once or twice to calls, but like he was always in his own lane. And me and him never had much like discussion together, kind of ever. We'd have like occasional talks, and that was something that like I wanted to sort of talk to him about, especially since I kind of had a feeling that he might have cheated it. I remember telling a friend like when he beat Slaughterhouse, like I don't know if he hacked it or anything, and I think I remember saying something which I can't, like, has aged like milk. I was joking, saying like, "Well, if he hacked it, I hope he hacked it well enough so that way it can get rated first." Like something stupid like that. And then like looking back, I'm like, "Well, uh, kind of right, but like kind of wrong because his hacking method was like terrible." But like whatever, man. Like it's so tough to look at that level's history through like my lens because it's like I didn't have control over what happened, and it played out in a way where I don't know if things played differently. Maybe the level just straight up never got rated. There were so many forces at hand that led Slaughterhouse to be rated.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it got hacked, and then like a mod brought it to I don't know if they want to be named, but the mod brought it to Rob Top, which they were not supposed to do. Like Firework, Arctis, and Slaughterhouse were all brought to Rob by a moderator, which is like against the rules, and that's the whole reason they got rated all at once. So
Uh,
like there was that at play. They also that moderator helped me. They hit me up like, "Yo, we need to get a song replacement that like syncs on Newgrounds." And they went through so many songs. Like they were matching up BPMs and stuff like that. Like they are the person who got the song that's on the GD servers. Like they're the one who found that. Like they did so much to get that level rated, and it was hacked and this and that. Like so many things were at play. There were so many moving parts. To like I feel like yeah, like the smallest thing, all of that falls apart. And I feel like even though it's my level, I feel like the level means a lot to like the community, especially then. Like it was kind of like the new age of difficulty, and it marked like a whole shift in Geometry Dash's like difficulty.
yeah.
So I feel like even regardless of me, if it wasn't my level or my project, like I don't know. I just wish I got to talk to the guy about it, but hey man, this is what it is. He deleted his Discord, he went off the map. GG's. He's doing his thing.
Yeah. And the reason why I ask if you still talk to him is uh because we're gonna be it's gonna be what time is it? It's 4 p.m. So in approximately 10 hours, I'm supposed to be interviewing him
Ooh,
right
back
after
to the
this one,
FSD.
and I wanted to ask if there was anything that you wanted to tell him.
Hmm, that's interesting. Anything I want to tell him. I feel like he knows already the type of things I would say to him. Not even necessarily. I think
I hope you die.
I did. No, 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 nothing
I'm
like
kidding.
that.
I'm
Like
kidding.
I understand the like position that he like kind of put him. He kind of put himself in a corner type thing, and like that does a lot to someone. Like not to obviously I don't want to forgive or whatever.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand what it's like to kind of like put yourself in like that must have been horrible for his mental. Like that must have been terrible. Like being a fraud like that.
Oh
Like nah,
yeah.
that's got to do something to you.
1,000,000%.
I mean just on a like person to person human being level, I hope he's well. So tell him I said hi. I hope he's well. Just don't cheat, obviously. That's kind of it. But like man, like I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
Cause
if you're gonna cheat, take it to Osu or something.
anywhere else, man.
Get out of
Honestly. Bro, I
GD.
remember seeing someone cheated in Trackmania using like cheat engine. Like, bro, we were doing that like 12 years ago. Like, catch up, y'all. Like, what? Like, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, GD is the most hackable game on the planet. I swear to God, it's just
Also,
so
like,
easy.
yeah, we've done so much. We've
It's
done
like,
so much to put like detection rails on that. Like,
I
it's a
know.
miracle that space got through. It's a
Like,
miracle.
like imagine if someone was able to make their own version of like a Z-bot that was not detectable, and they were the only one with it on their computer, and they managed to make something that could click same frame as the input every single time and have like that sound effect. Like that would be so hard to detect.
I know there's ways, man.
There's
This
definitely
community,
ways.
like, with the people who develop tools and find ways to catch out like hack detection methods, like, if there's a will, there's a way, man. And I mean,
Yeah.
hey, if proof standards need to go up, like, it is what it is. Like this game, like, the competition is so fierce and there's so much dedication behind it. And especially after space, I feel like our community never ever ever wants to see something like that happen ever again.
Yeah.
Because every cheater before him was like microscopic in comparison. Like I remember when Cyclic got exposed, bro, that broke my heart. But like looking back, like bro, like who really cared? Like Cyclic, he's still my goat. Cyclic's still my goat, by the
Yep.
way. I do not care. In my heart, he's my goat. Like stuff like that, or like N level. Like oh wow, like
No.
the
Andromeda.
the huge effects that they had. Yeah, like looking back, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And even like with space, the biggest impact he had was like it messed over other people's like people didn't get the spotlight. Like even like RG, like these people like
Oh
did not get
no.
the attention that they deserved.
Dude,
But that was like the
RG.
biggest thing that come out of it. Like, bro, Zoink was better and Space was cheating. Like, how did like
Dude.
things just
Oh my God. Dude, the fact that it happened 2 times in history where
yeah.
a hacker and top player are rivaling and the top player comes out on top. Like
Oh yeah.
no
No,
other
like
game will have that.
it's so. I remember when Riot found out, dude, that was so funny.
Dude,
Like Cyclic just didn't have the time of day to hack things because he was so busy. Like that was the competition, quote unquote.
yeah. And that moment, dude, I said this so many times. The aura out of that moment where he's like, I've been competing with a hacker this entire time. Oh, I
Oh
told
yeah.
Zoink he should recreate that in like a
Oh yeah.
Skype
And
call.
plus, I'm very happy that Doggy has gotten like where he is now. Like he's deserved it, and he's earned it twice over now. Like he really has gone out of his way in
Yeah.
so many facets to prove himself and to stand out and to like be special. So like you got to give it to him.
Did I tell you?
And like Rye is a legend. So like it is what it is.
Did I tell you I had a parasocial hatred towards Doggy?
Why? Why? What did he
I
do to you?
I explained it in the Nepesta interview. Nepesta understood me. I mean, he's a content creator, so he gets it.
Mhm.
But the extreme demon alphabet thingy that he created back in 2020, I had a screenshot somewhere of a wall of text talking about that whole idea, and he just uploads a video, Allegiance, 3 weeks later. And I just wasn't good enough to do it. So he got to it first, and I'm like, oh, like it could have been my big break, but it ended up being his. But I mean, nowadays, like I'm fine because like I have Secret Way, and he has his doggy channel. Like we still have things like I told him after the interview as well, and he was like, oh, you should get mad at N-Switch because I got the idea from N-Switch. So I guess I gotta parasocially hate N-Switch now.
Oh yeah. No, I've had experiences like that. Not like where I don't know. For me, it's kind of weird because I've had clones come after me in the sense where like I made levels and then people are just like I'm I don't want to send hate. Please don't send hate. But like people like SPK was just like the Russian ice cave to me. Like he just made my levels, but like slightly different, and that was
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, this guy got this. Like, I was like, well, okay, I guess. Like sure, like it's odd, but it's also just kind of like everyone provides something unique in its own way. Obviously, don't steal ideas from others. Like, hey man,
Yeah.
come on now. But everyone provides something to the table, and at the end of the day, I believe whoever is making the best thing, if it's a level or a video or stuff like that person should come out on top. But also like algorithms and stuff. Like you're fighting algorithms mainly. That's what you're fighting. You're fighting algorithms. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the worst part. Where like my channel blew up or started blew up, quote unquote. I started getting like traction. I uploaded like Diamond Blade and it got like a normal amount of views. And I think it was like a month or like a couple months later, overnight, doubled in views. First video to like I had that hit like 5K. I was like, what? And then it like boom, 10K. And then all my other videos started getting traction. That's like that started because YouTube just decides, yeah, no, we're throwing your thing in the algorithm. Now let's see if people like your stuff. And then people end up liking it. So I don't know.
Good.
There's so much like RNG where it's kind of like I'm always more upset at any system than it is like people participating because like man, people can take advantage in 30 different ways, but like the systems are always the ones that validate it, always the ones who feed the recommendations and all this out whatever.
Yeah.
But I hope you squash your beef with and switch one day.
Yeah, I gotta get him on here and like I
Berate him
gotta
about it.
get
Where'd you get that idea from, huh? It come to you in a dream or something? Just something like that.
Yeah, I gotta why iota?
Why oughta you shake your fists? Why oughta?
But speaking of Doggy, how did you meet Doggy?
Ooh. Oh God, I need to remember. Oof. Okay, keep in mind my memories for this whole interview. My memory is very spotty. I'm a very bad memory type person
You're good.
about certain things. But I remember Doggy it had to do with Slaughterhouse. I guarantee it had to do with Slaughterhouse. I'm 90% sure, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Doggy, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. I'm 90% sure I met him because of Slaughterhouse, because I was hosting the verification race, and I was looking for people who would like be able to beat it. And I forget if I reached out to him or he reached out to me. I forget what happened. I already knew about him through like his YouTube channel. I knew he was Nepesta's editor, and he started making content, and he was like really good at the game.
Yeah.
I definitely knew about him, but I'm pretty sure the we just started talking because of Slaughterhouse. And me and Doggy have never like been that close. Like we talk and stuff, we keep up, obviously, but like we met through that, and I know he likes my levels, and I think he's cool, and I like that he's very passionate about the game, and like we have that in common, you know. But I think I met him. I'm 90% sure it was through Silence. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna look so stupid. But hey, man, it is what it is.
Oh well. You got a lot of history, so I can't imagine people would
And
be on your
it's been like over a decade, man. It's rough.
oh my god, I the fact that like oh, it's so like being a GD info channel, like you have to remember so much, you have to be correct about so much. There's always gonna be someone around the
Dude,
corner.
someone's always gonna be there to correct you about something,
Yeah.
by the way. It's like that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm so glad though, in this community especially, there's always gonna be some guy that's so passionate about a certain level or a certain thing that like you could hit someone up and they will drop all the lore on
Oh
planet
yeah.
Earth to you about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like that with certain things too. Like Silent Clubs of History, I know everything because like I used to talk to Salem back then, but talk to him now. Like I forget things and I'm like, yo, Salem, like this was like this, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, thanks. Like stuff like that. There's always
That's
gonna be
cool.
somebody who remembers.
That is really cool. Um we'll keep on the 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 doggy train.
Hmm.
Did you have any expectations for Doggy to verify grief any sooner than he's already taking?
Uh, I mean, not really. It was odd. So, Grief, admittedly, has had a very rough time when it was like done because it got finished. And when two came out, the physics were all different. The level merge broke. Like
Oh
we
god.
spent like a week. Me and the original characters like came back together for like a week. And keep in mind, like everyone who worked on Grief, except for like two people, are like in their 20s and have jobs and lives. So like I had to round up people when they were free, be like, why? Like your part is green here. Like we gotta fix this. Like stupid things that shouldn't have happened. And I had
Yeah.
to fix the level. I lost motivation, and I kind of went away, and I kind of gave the level to Doggy, knowing that it was up to him to sort of what he wanted to do. Because like I trust Doggy, the level means a lot to him, and I think he knows how much it means to also me, but also the community. Like people have expectations, and he has his own expectations, which I think are higher than anyone else. He probably holds himself to the highest standard in that sense of expectations. And I thought, I mean, hey, it could take him 2 months, it could take him a year, it could take him 2 years, but like at the end of the day, this is like his story, you know? And especially since I backed away from the game and I kind of just let him do his thing, I was just like, however long it takes, it takes. Because the level's not even gonna get rated. Like, this is all about him in this case. And if it takes him another year, like, so be it. I know he's had doubts sometime,
Yeah.
or I don't know if doubt's the right word, but he would ask me, like, if I dropped a level or something, he's like, or if something happened to me, Lord forbid, like, who would you get as a second verifier? And I think I remember I wasn't even playing the game, but I straight up told him, like, if you drop the level, I'm not giving it to anyone. I don't care. Like, the level just go unreleased forever. Like, I'm thinking, like, who else would I want to give this level to? Because I always wanted Grief to have this story. I've always felt like stuff like Kinos has Nepesta in his story,
Yeah.
right? And that made it so special. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that is always what I crave in this game. I crave stories. I crave like, and it means a lot to these people. Like I'm sure Kinos means the world to Nepesta in his own way.
Oh,
Like even
100%.
like Vision with Silent Clubstep. Like these people, like these are chapters of their like actual lives. Like these people won't forget it. Like I was best friends. I still am best friends. He's just really busy. But Atomic, I've known Atomic forever. He verified Think Space, and
Yes.
he never ever like will get over that. He told me like I'm never gonna forget this, and like he's gone through brutal schooling, brutal work, and he's like still not harder than Thinking Space is what he says. Like he's never gonna forget this game and like his story with that, and like that's something that I and his friends only experienced because like he was like he would just upload the verification like they weren't. I was in calls with him like every day and his friends watching him verify. Like that was a chapter of my life, you know. Like that means a lot to me too. Like
Yeah.
that I wanted. I didn't. I don't. I wanted the passion behind it, and I feel like Doggy is the only player right now that can really like do that. Like Zoink had tidal wave. I don't think Zoink would feel this way about Grief. Like he's I don't think these players are connected in the same way. Like Doggy is so connected with Slaughterhouse because of like what happened. Like he was the verifier. He was the first victor. He's the only person who actually beat it legit when it came out. And like he didn't get the recognition. He also really loved the project. And like when I told him about the idea of the level, he instantly wanted to verify it. And he's told me how much like it's meant to him. So like if it's not him, then like I'm not picking anyone else. Like I don't think anyone else kind of deserves it. And even if that means like the level just never comes out, like so be it. Like it is what it is. Like he gets to choose if he's gonna close that chapter one way or another. And I feel like as like the creator, I'm not the player. Like it's his decision. You know, I've made something, but it's transcended that now. Like it's not. I don't feel like it's in my hands. I don't feel like I could wake up and be like, "You're off the verification. You're taking too long." Like I would never do something like that. You know.
That is very. You know what? Screw it. I'll swear. That is a very fucking admirable.
I
I
appreciate it.
I don't know. I'm just a sucker for loyalty. So that I don't know. That kind of just like started just making me think a lot. Like that like props to you for keeping that loyalty with him.
Mm. I mean, it wouldn't be the same if somebody else beat it.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially
you're right.
now, after all this time. Imagine to be like, oh yeah, you know, Doggy was the verifier, but then someone else like, nah, I don't see a world where you can do that and it doesn't feel extremely wrong.
Could you? Oh my
You know?
god! Could you imagine someone just pulls up and beats it before him? They would get canceled instantly.
Oh my God. On that topic, I'm making a call out post. Trick, stop pre-practicing my level. If you beat it first, no, you didn't. I'm saying, like, nah, like I can't. It's such. Oh my God. People are pre-practicing Grief a lot, like, and if you beat it like first, you will hear about it from me. I will be like, nah, you didn't do that for nope, don't count. You pre-practice it, don't count. Like I don't want people to try and steal this like spot. Like I don't know if it's like lack of self-awareness that these people have, but like, bro, this is gonna be like maybe the biggest thing he ever does in this game. Like period. He's gonna remember this for the rest of his life, and you're gonna like pre-practice it and beat it in like I don't know 2 weeks after it comes out or
Yeah,
something stupid like that. Like bro, like what are you doing, man? Like this guy is already going like through every circle of hell with this level, man. Like can we not like let the man have his moment, like his moment, and
Y-
like let him have it, even if the level like plays at number two for some reason. Let the man have his moment, okay? Like let's not chill out. Like
Exactly.
fuck,
It,
need people to like let be with this,
and it's like
please.
he's gonna be in his deathbed one day. 1,000,000% grief is gonna be in his head. One
And he gonna
million
be like
percent.
that motherfucker pre-practiced it. And he beat it first. I'm still mad about it. Like nah, like I would be mad. I would be mad.
He's just dying. He's like, oh, God damn it, I hate that one kid.
You know, you never deserved that
God
victory, did
damn
you?
it. Oh my God. Oh,
uh,
what a terrible time to be alive.
should have never let you have that copy, man.
As far as I'm aware, he's only given it to Trick, Zoink, and Popoff, and the.
Uh-huh. There's also people who are like have taken the leaked version and like they're remaking Doggy's version and probably like, ah man, like just is waiting that hard? Like I don't know. I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. I just hope that these people are at least honest about it. You know what I mean? Even if someone pre-practiced it to death and they beat it like 2 weeks after, like at least just say it so then people can not care. You know, like
Yeah.
at least be truthful. All I ask with anyone, not even just about grief, about anything, man. Like the whole people who lie about attempts or stuff like that, or lie about pre like just like I get it. These people are probably like teenagers, but like please, like just grow up a little bit. Like I beg you, like please. But yeah,
Please, Speed, I need.
I need this. I need you to not lie.
um, and you said that like if grief even gets placed at number two, and that actually, uh, after you said that, it shifted my attention to a question that I think is pretty interesting. But if it gets placed at number one, do you think there are currently any levels that could realistically dethrone it?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say right now because I haven't been too active in up. Like I don't know what's coming out. I know about Flame Wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it. And don't I don't even know Flame Wall's top one. Like I don't know. Like I be watching the streams. I know the level's long as hell, but like to me, I don't know. Keep in mind, what do I know? I haven't played the level or anything like that. I don't even know if there might be some level I don't even know. I know like I remember Vehemence. Like there's certain things I guess, but like will it be harder? I don't know. Cause Grief's hard. I'll play that thing in practice. It's not fun. I made that level, and Jesus Christ, like he made the level harder than what it originally was. Even
Yeah.
like, the level's really hard. I'm sure something will come out, and I feel like even if it get placed at number two or get placed at number one, and it's only top one for like a month, I feel like people wouldn't care. In the same way that people didn't care that Kinos wasn't like the hardest level in the game. You know what I mean? Like it becomes more about the person and the story than anything else. And I would like it to place at number one, not only because it's cool, but also because I feel like that would mean a lot to Doggy. And I feel like that's like, I want him to be happy more than anything after all this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think, yes, he's making a lot of money off of it, but I know this means a lot to him and this game means a lot to him. And I feel like people should give him a break with that because I know some people like poke fun about it, but like, man, if you had to sit down and play that level for a year plus, I don't think you'd be happy at all. And especially since he's making it harder, he's buffing it, and a certain someone's rage baiting him into making it harder. Stop doing that. Like stuff like this, man. I can't. Like, just I want this man to be able to sleep well at night after. Because think about how it makes like me feel, man. I made this level. Like, yes, like I don't know. It's tough. I've always made these really either impossible levels or these levels. Like, I made Super Hate Me World. It's called
Yeah.
Super Hate Me World. Like that level is supposed to be not fun and make you want to hate me. And I made that when I was like 12. Like what was wrong with me? But like now that I'm like grown up and I see like I'm like damn. Like I kind of feel bad. It's something. I just hope that Doggy gets the ending that he wants. If it's top one and top one for let's say he wants it to be top one for a year. I hope it's achieved. Like I don't think it means the world to me in the same way that it means the world to him because it's very much his thing now.
um, what are some features you would like to add to the editor if you could?
Oh God. Oh no. I'm gonna come off as such an old gen. I can't even imagine what to add. I don't know like how to use the man in 2.1 I didn't know how to use some triggers. Like I don't know how to do a spawn loop. You kidding me? If you open up my levels right now, go to like Capline or whatever, that thing uses like the default nine circles like color thing. Like I have not evolved. Like period. All my levels use like I learned how to use pulses I think in 2022, 2021. Like it took me forever. And I think with 2.2 it added so much that to me it, like literally shook the cores like the identity core of this game. Like Jump Dash was always like the simple game to me. I remember seeing people make like the rainbow effect in 1.9 and blew my mind because like
Oh
Jump Dash has
yeah.
always been about like its limitations, what you can and cannot do. And I feel like 2.2 like opened the floodgates in such an extreme way about what was possible. Kind of feels less special now to me. So I feel like trying to be like, if I had to add more, what would I add? I'd be like, I don't know. I feel like the game's good, man. I feel like it's okay. I don't think it needs more. What I do, I will say this at least. Uh, Make the editor not crash somehow. Find a way. I don't know. But 2.2 has been great for like I remember opening Grief and trying to hit save was a bit of a struggle. Like 2.1 was really difficult about working on levels with a lot of objects. So I'm glad that's not as bad no more. But I don't know if I'd add anything more to the editor. It is like we have like filters, man. Like what? Man, we have four color channels. What do you mean we got filters now? Like I think we good. I think we good.
That's fair.
Maybe in another 15 years. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, oh my god, I'm so my it's like when you try to comprehend like the size of the earth and then you try to comprehend the size of the universe. That's like how I feel about
Mm.
GD in 15 years from now. I just can't comprehend how the game is going to be. And I feel like that's the same when the game first came out. It's like imagine you went to someone playing the game in 2014 with all the information we have now about it. Like they would be
I don't
freaking
know.
out.
Like that's the thing too. Is like I remember back then being a kid. I remember like when something would blow my mind, I'd be like, "Whoa, like this is so cool." But like the same way that like a 1.9, like Death Moon doesn't like. I can't imagine joining this game now after seeing like some of the insane levels in 2.2 and being like, "Oh my God, like Death Moon, like how'd you do that?" Like Death Moon came out, man. That thing was like a 10 out of 10 cinema like classic instantly best level in the whole update. Like I can't imagine trying to like how else are you gonna blow people's minds to the point where it's starting to feel kind of normal. I like to use this example because it was kind of when 2.2 came out. I remember Collect's part in Cosmos Unleashed, and I remember saying like if this came out, if he built this in 2.1, this would have like 5 million views, be the craziest thing ever made in like the game. Like this is like insane. But in 2.2, it's like he cooked that up in like a week. And it's like, what? Like these things that were conceived to be like impossible or like pushing the game's limits to like such an extreme kind of became trivial in 2.2 to the sense where like it's kind of hard to feel like mind blown as someone who's played the game for so long. I'll get like some online friends who like, or even IRLs who don't play the game and they'll get a reel of like one of these like insane 2.2 levels. They're like, this is Geometry Dash? Like, I see that this game still does blow people's minds. But I feel like once you're involved, it's kind of harder. It's become harder and harder to blow people's minds. Like in the same way that Collected in like by the end of 2.1, like he was making like, or even like Sputniks, like the things that he was doing. Like I feel like there's so much to do now that I feel like think about the gap between 2.1 and 2.2. Like I can't like
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's gonna take another 10 years or something like that for us to run like quote unquote run out of things to do because I feel like there will always be something to do in this game. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say for me if I had to add more. Not right now. Not right now.
Yeah, just let the
Let people figure it out. There's
yeah.
plenty of things for people to do. I mean, people are still overusing camera triggers. I try and play a 4 star, things bouncing around. Like, man, we gotta chill out. Like, it's reminding me of early 2.0 when everything was like a boss fight and everything's moving.
the
Like,
same
things will mellow out.
the same brick block decoration.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm nostalgic over old 2.0. Like when that came out, man, everything felt so special. And looking back, it's like, man, people made this. Like it's kind of crazy. It's always such a special time when there's a new big update. I feel I'm just kind of sad that like I feel I didn't feel motivated to do anything in the same way. But I feel like also being me, I feel like people expect very big things from me, and I feel like that's kind of stopped me from wanting to do more. You know, it's kind of tough.
I will actually tap into that. I feel like I've talked. I mean, your iced cave. Obviously, I've talked about you, and I have talked to some friends about like peaking after grief because like grief is a peak, like 100%. Like Slaughterhouse had room for improvement, but like how are you gonna over like how do I say this? How can it get better than grief? Like grief is a brilliant top one. It's got a great history. I think the stars align so perfectly with the level. Like you made Slaughterhouse, and then the old version of Slaughterhouse, you redid it into a level that's possible for the verifier of the Slaughterhouse in 2021 that you made, and it's
Hmm.
like there's such a lovely history with it. Such like it's a very inviting history. I will say, like
Yeah.
grief has a very inviting history, and I love that. And it's like I feel like the community has been able to understand no matter what you do next, it probably isn't going to be better than grief just because like a large part, at least in my opinion, a large part of grief being a great level is the luck factor with the history.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing. It's kind of like why I don't know. I haven't uploaded in almost 2 years, and
Hmm.
I know I've kind of been gone, like even on like Twitter or stuff like that. Like I don't interact, and I kind of like took a step back, and I feel like that had a lot to do with it. Also, because like again, my waning interest with the update, but it's like grief. It's kind of like the end in a weird way, in the sense that I said like I made the iced cave account to make impossible levels, and one of my first impossible levels was Slaughterhouse, right? And that was like
Yeah.
the big level I made. Like I made other impossible levels, but Slaughterhouse was the one that became popular. And then I was known as the Slaughterhouse guy. And then, years later, I kind of stopped liking that because I thought the level was pretty bad, and I was doing other things. I'm like, people don't care about the things I'm doing now. They just keep remembering me as the guy who made that one thing. So like, then I remade it in 2021, or not 2021. Well, I started remaking it in like late 2018, 2019. Like the concept of remaking that level into something new had been in my head for so long, and a lot of my friends thought it was a bad idea and stuff like that. But I went through with it, and then later, like even after Slaughterhouse happened, like I kind of felt bad because I kind of felt like I was kicking a kid's sandcastle when I did New Slaughterhouse. Looking back on it, because like I made that old level, man, I was like 11 or 12. Like I was a little kid, and I got so tired of being the Slaughterhouse guy and feeling like I couldn't be more than what I was when I was like literally a child, you know?
Yeah.
And so I like completely destroyed it. I kept like the red. I obviously wanted to like keep it sort of in line with what old Slaughterhouse was, like even if it's very vaguely associated by being red, hard waves, impossible, etc. But I felt like, I felt bad. So I thought grief was kind of like a send off, not even like for the community or anything else. Like it was mainly for me, and I feel like a lot of people don't know, or even with
Mm.
other creators don't realize, like I create for myself. A lot of people create because they have some sort of connection with the game, or some sort of connection with the level. Like I have Final Destination. I think it's pretty obvious what that level's about. People don't know that like Hypnosis has a bunch of lore behind like why I even made that level. Like there's so many things that like this game's very rooted in like my personal life, and I feel like Grief quite literally is like in October. It's gonna be Old Slaughterhouse is gonna be like 10 years old in October. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be a decade, and I've been playing this game for that long. So to me, it's like it quite literally is an ending to, I guess, Iced Cave, quote unquote. Not to say that I'm quitting or anything like that, because I'm not going to. I always love this game, but I don't think I can do more than it. I think I could make another hard level. I don't think I ever want to make another top one ever again, but I'll probably
Yeah.
make impossible levels and stuff like that. But I don't think I can eclipse grief. I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to. Like, how can I outdo what I've been basically like everything I've done has led up for over a decade has led up to this. Like it's kind of hard to do that. And I feel like a part of the reason I even still play this game now is because of the old level. And like if the old level didn't exist, I don't know if I would have cared or kept playing. I like got a lot of inspiration and motivation from like when the Tosh Deluxe video did well.
Yeah.
Andromeda uploaded Slaughterhouse, and I loved like Andromeda. Like to me, I felt like I kind of made it, and I kept playing. If that never happened, would I have like done what I've done? Like Slaughterhouse wouldn't exist, and I feel like I'm kind of like putting an end. Like this grief is kind of like where it ends, and that's kind of why the level is like called what it's called, is because I've been through like the stages of it throughout these 10 years
Yeah.
with just about my relationship with the level and like what it's meant to me. Um, and I'm sure now Dog is going through that. My bad, but I don't think I want to eclipse it, but who knows? Maybe one day I try and make a sequel to the 2.1 version of Slaughterhouse, but even then, you know how like deathly scared I'd be of doing something like that? Like I feel very nervous about doing anything. I've made like a couple levels that are like layouts, or I've made like a layouts and stuff like that since 2.2 is released, but like I show a couple friends. Like I'm scared of like trying to show more even if I know people would like it, just because I feel like it's such a good Grief is just such a good way to end off kind of
Yeah.
everything. Plus, like I'm getting older, you know. Like I'm 22 now. Like damn, like I'm not gonna be able to do this forever. And GD takes a lot of time. I plan on doing a bit more things. I'm a verified death corridor. It's gonna happen. I want Grief to come out like, but then like, how can I ever ask for a better ending? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a very different answer than like anyone else can answer about like, oh, like your level's top one. What will you do? Right? It's like I'm gonna make another one. For me, it's like, nah, man, this is the end of like everything. Like the whole 10 years, man. Like I don't know.
That's what makes
It's
it
a very special
awesome.
case.
Yeah. Swear to God, if Riot makes something other than Eternus, oh my God.
I think Eternus was kind of a send off. I mean, hey, he might make another project one day, but
Good.
who knows? I mean, that man only interacts with this game because he like likes it. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the thing too. I feel like even though it's a bit unrelated, but I want to say, with creators nowadays, people need to like understand. People only create in this game because they like this game.
Hmm.
Like to be so critical or like over hate or just be so like I don't know, mean, even if it's just on like social media towards like people who just make things because they want to, even if you don't like it. There's plenty of creators, plenty of levels I don't like. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Amethyst, but like okay, like I'm not gonna go harass them on Twitter about it or something stupid like that. Like it's all inoffensive to me. Like some people create for X reason, some people create for Y reason, but like a lot of people just create because they want to create. And
Yeah.
like if you can identify that, like a lot of people think, oh, I created for money. Man, I've made like a fourth of what Doggy's made on Grief in all of my time on YouTube. Like Slaughterhouse did not make me money. Period. Like you know that level made me nothing. Like all like I don't know how many views is that. Like 25 million views plus. I made nothing off that. Like I've always just done this because I want to do it. So like now with how things are going, I don't know. I feel like I've wrapped everything up in a nice little bow. So Grief will probably be
Nice.
where it stands. But I think that's nice. I feel like people like that.
It is very nice. I think. Yeah. Like at least with big things to happen. Grief. I mean, obviously the virality of it is crazy, and
Mm.
like I don't think anything is gonna overtake that anytime soon. I feel like Eternus and Grief, in my opinion, are like the two levels that have gained the popularity in the last and tidal wave. Those are like the trifecta of levels with like Amethyst. I don't understand. Like it doesn't feel like there's popularity behind it because it's
Mm.
just like some sort of plant to dethrone tidal wave, I guess.
It
And
just kind of exists. Is
yeah,
kind of I feel like how a lot of people feel.
yeah, and Thinking Space 2 obviously is not getting stuff because it's not rated, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
all on
that
these.
level's a whole story.
Yeah,
But
and
I think that level's cool. I think some decisions like with the verification are questionable, but like, eh, it is what it is, man. Like the modern day GD is very different. The
yeah,
fact that we even have like oh, here's like a 15 CPS requirement for a part. Like, man, you couldn't do that back in the day, straight up. Like, we didn't have tools like this, and now we just abusing them for fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like people just need to spot the passion and sort of just the logic behind it. Like with Grief, even Donkey could just decide like, nah, I'm gonna buff everything to my exact click pattern and just make it the worst thing ever. But like, he's not doing that, you know. Like,
yeah,
he's probably made some questionable decisions about certain things because he's been pushed a certain way or brought up by like different people, yada yada yada. Like he doesn't want to feel cheated out of certain things because now there's like alternating and like all these crazy like new
Mm-hmm.
techniques and stuff. But like just identify passion and follow that because like I don't think anyone like I know like congrats to Papa for being Amethyst and all this and that whatever, but like when I see a level that comes out that's unplay tested, there's a million different errors, the whole CPF drama, blocker thing, what like it all just feels artificial and not real to me. Like it all just feels like this exists the same way that Avernus did. Like, I don't care. Like give me you got to give people a reason to care, and think that's my advice also about it. Anyone who wants to get into like making top demons, make top demons if you want to, if you care, if you want to like create a story, you want to do all this. Don't just do it because it's like, oh my god, look, I'm so high up on point and create. Like, dude, that will get you nowhere. You know how many levels are on the list right now that I've never heard of, or levels that like are on the list and are just like an like not an eyesore. They're just annoying. They're just there and then they fall off and no one ever thinks about them ever again. Like you gotta do more. People gotta do more. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's kind of sad with like not sad. I feel like I'm being a bit too over dramatic, but with top demons now, I kind of just feel like it's like, oh, we're doing this gimmick or we're doing this or whatever. Like, oh, we're gonna make it really hard so it's the number one demon. Like, I don't relate to these creators, although I don't know them all. Obviously, I haven't talked to many of these people, but it's kind of just like I don't see the passion behind what a lot of people do. And I feel like if anything, that's all this game's about. It's about passion. If you're a creator, if you're a player, star grinder, whatever it may be, even if you just make videos, like your passion's everything. And
Yeah.
like people, that's the difference maker between a successful and unsuccessful project. Like if Grief came out and had no story and it wasn't Doggy and Space UK like hacked it in 3 months, like you think people would really care that much?
Oh,
Even with
probably
me, you
not.
think it would mean as much to me? Like not really. Like you know what I mean? Like there's levels to it. It's kind of
Yeah.
complicated, but
It's like a
I
jawbreaker.
hope it makes sense.
A bunch of layers.
Sounds like that.
Yeah. And is there like a how do I say this? Like a specific thing, like a specific catalyst to you being inspired to create Slaughterhouse? Like how
Like the
did
original one or 2.1?
the 2.1,
Mm.
the Space UK hacked one?
That one was really born out of anger. And like just anger and frustration. I think the level really encapsulates that. Uh said it before, but I was very tired of being the slaughterhouse person.
Yeah.
And not even in a sense of like I understood why I was the slaughterhouse person. You know, like that level was big, it was an old impossible level. But I started to do more. I started making like extreme demons. I started trying to be a player. I was doing all these things. Like I felt like I had moved on, you know, and I felt like the entire community had moved on. Like people didn't care about like the era of old impossible levels, Tosh Deluxe, like that passed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a completely different era, and I feel like people just like didn't care. And a lot of it had to do with funny enough because I was young. I didn't have a YouTube channel. Like when Slaughterhouse came out, I did not have a YouTube channel. Like I just didn't. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
making. I was a kid. Like but as I grew up and I was really passionate, it just was it always stung a little bit because it's like, oh, I'm known for this thing I made when I was 12 years old. Like, I'm doing so much more. Everything I'm making so much better. Like, it wasn't hard to make levels like that back then. You wanted to, if you wanted to do it, you could have done it. And just not a lot of people wanted to. It was a niche. And I felt like it got to a point with me where I was like, I'm capable of making something better. I have been making better things for years, and people don't seem to care. I'm like, if I'm going to be known as a slaughterhouse guy, I want to at least be proud of it. And I think that's what the catalyst was. It was when I realized that I don't, because I can't undo what I did. Like I can't get rid of slaughterhouse. I can't make people forget about the old slaughterhouse. Like
Yeah.
people will always remember that level, and there's nothing I can do about that. And I felt like the only way that I could be okay with it is if I made more of it. Like I had it. I wanted to just at least be proud of it. And with the 2.1 one, I was proud of that, and I still am proud of it, which is why like I felt like that like really put to rest a long thing, and then I made Grief, and now like it's completely done. Like I
Yeah.
feel very personally resolved with this game. A lot of it just had to do with like that. I don't know. It's very personal. I feel like more than a lot of other like series or stuff like that. It's kind of weird, but it's its own story. But it was born out of anger. And hey, I think the level represents it well. The song, the atmosphere, everything. Like
Oh, I agree.
I feel like I feel like I forget what it was, but I remember I once explained that Slaughterhouse was like the angriest level I ever made or something like that. And it like that sort of clicked in some people's heads about like what that level was supposed to be or what it was supposed to mean. Like that level is just pure frustration. Like my levels are supposed to carry like certain they're supposed to make you feel a certain way or at least like get you to understand at least what I was going for. And like
Mhm.
Slaughterhouse is just pure anger. That level is just anger and frustration and self-hatred. That's all that level is. Grief is like more, thank God. Like it's not just negative, 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 and like, but man, and I made Slaughterhouse play the way that it plays because of like that anger, in the same way that like Super Hate Me World plays the way that it plays. It was also out of just anger. Like those levels are, I felt hurt in some way, shape, or form, and I decided that like my levels are gonna carry that same pain. And like growing up and sort of seeing like what people say who like people who beat Slaughterhouse or beat Super Hate Me World, I'll
Mhm.
like read their descriptions and it's like low key heartbreaking because like I succeeded in what I did, but like why'd I do that? Like I don't know. It's kind of tough. It does, but it does create stories. It does make people like I give the opportunity for other people to make that like their own story, and it changes like their lives in its own way. To other people, just like oh, I beat the level. Who cares? But to those who are like me or like Doggy or like these people are very passionate. Like it creates it like what I make makes more, and I think that makes me happy.
Damn.
I don't know, it's very long-winded, I know, but like
I don't
I
know.
promise that like this game mean a lot to me. Like I don't think a lot of people get that.
I I don't even. I don't even know how to say. It's just like. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of emotion put into the stuff you make, and I was. I will admit, I was one of those people that kind of like, oh, you're just making anything to appease the community. Like how you said you make levels for yourself. I was also just like a low key D1 hater towards everyone back then. So
Yeah.
I was just
No, like, bro, I
that
see it all
person.
the time. Like, oh man, another red top one. Like to some people, it's just that like surface level. Like I
Yeah,
get it, you know.
and it's like the top one should be red, in my opinion.
I'm
Like,
saying it, like, bro, think about it. The most iconic ones, though. Here's my like request to the community. Can someone make like a level as cool as Kiyuki and make it top one? I think that would be like
right,
the next Zodiac would be that. Like that would be really cool. Like,
dude.
hey man, someone get on that.
Zodiac aura farmed. I swear.
Dude, I remember C1997 was like hating D1 hating on that level when he was around, and I remember being like, I never heard of the level. I was like, oh no, Zodiac lame. And then like I grew up and I started playing the level. I'm like, damn, nah, like this low key like one of the coolest top ones to hit the game.
hmm
Like that level, by the way, still very fun to play. Like
Oh, I
it,
agree.
it was hacked. Like there's so much history in Zodiac. Like that level was heat.
Zodiac's my favorite top one. It'll always be my favorite top one in the
That's
game.
valid. That's valid.
Such a fun level. I'm like a broken record, but I mean, I do understand that like every time in these interviews, it's a different person that I'm talking to, and obviously not always like not everyone's gonna see every interview. But I've spent 6.5 years on the level, and I still have fun with it. Like, I actually
It,
enjoy Zodiac. Zodiac is actually such a good level, and I will say I haven't done far runs from zero yet, so I haven't gotten to that point. So I'm scared of that, but I feel like I'll still have fun.
hmm I mean, hey, and if even if you don't and you end up beating it again, that creates that creates something that you're gonna remember for like ever.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's the best thing because like, man, with any video game at all that people are like passionate about, like you want to get something out of it, like something to remember. Like there's some games I played like growing up, I played like Destiny with my friends in like school.
Mhm.
But like I don't remember anything about Destiny. Like I got nothing off that. Like that to me was wasted time. And I feel like especially with how much time people put in games like Jump Dash, like if you don't get something out of it, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like even if it quote unquote doesn't mean anything, like oh who cares that you beat this level or who cares that you made this? Like if it means something to you, that's the important part. Like that should be the takeaway. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, if it's Zodiac, if it's God knows what it could be. I don't know.
At least we did.
Anything, just literally anything. It could be a 4-star, man. Like, it is what it is.
Hmm. And I do have less than 10 questions off now. So this is
Ooh,
actually
going through it. We're getting through
yeah.
it.
Um. Yeah, I'll go with this one. Have you ever regretted anything related to the 2.1 slaughterhouse? Because I know you,
Oh
you
my
probably had
god.
regrets to the first one.
Oh,
other,
yes, I do. uh,
other than Space
I'll
UK.
say,
Kidding.
yeah, obviously. No, no, like, uh, the verification race. It's hard to regret Space UK because I didn't like pick him. You know,
Yeah.
like if I picked him as a verified, that's a different story. But 2.1 Slaughterhouse, jeez. So the I am sorry to everyone who played the intro of my level. I said it. I'm sorry for what I did. It was very wrong. Like, nah, like that is my biggest gripe. The intro, yes, the intro is long and it is boring, and people love playing Slaughterhouse from the drop. You play it from zero, it's hell. And the reason it's hard to like, I regret it, but it's low key something I can't even blame myself for. The song's super slow, and the intro used to all be 144 hertz like frame perfects or 120 hertz frame perfects, like something ridiculous. All those jumps were like so hard,
Yeah.
and that's why it was supposed to be so long and drawn out. Because like, how many frame perfects am I gonna put in this intro before you get to the level? You know, like, damn. I never expected anyone to even get to the drop on like that version. Um, so it's long and drawn out like that. And then for Tank, because he was on 60 hertz when he was working on the level, he
Yeah.
wanted to play it. He nerfed all the jumps to 60 hertz, and I just like was like, okay, like the level, like people want to beat it, so I guess sure. But then now it's like kind of like boring and drawn out. I feel like I would have gone back and made the intro more interesting. I don't think I would have stuck with the jumps all being like that hard. I think it's like kind of good as is. Just like, man, there's a lot of waiting. Let's just put like something like with some stimulus. I don't care if it's easy as hell. Just like you to click 3 more times. Like people in the Stardust intro be clicking to nothing because they bored.
Yeah.
So I feel like that. And this is some, if you play Slaughterhouse, you probably know the invisible saw in the drop. The invisible saw in the drop. I'm sorry, but if for those who don't know, in the drop of Slaughterhouse, in one of like the pillars, not the pillars, one of the structures, there's an invisible saw that you can die to, and it's a very small saw, and you're rarely gonna die to it, and who cares? But people are like, why is this invisible saw here? And I found it during when the verification was happening. I found out about it, and I'm like, guys, I was talking to people who were like raising level. I'm like, guys, what do we do about the invisible saw? And like most of the people didn't even know it was there, and they're like, nah, like who cares? And I tried adding a bush there, I tried like putting a spike there, I tried to do anything like represent the hitbox without buffing the level, and they just kind of all looked bad. So I was like, do I just leave it? And the people who were playing my level were like, yeah, like who cares? So I left it there, and I still hear about like, oh bro, the invisible saw. So I'm like, oh my god, like please, bro, like please shut up, like oh my god. So I think if I could go back, that invisible saw wouldn't be there. Like that's like a small thing, but I hear about it. And I don't know, maybe I would have this would have been huge though in history. The third wave isn't made by me. I tried making gameplay there. I made half of it. I wasn't too happy and I was kind of demotivated. So Britank ended up making the gameplay, and then Dr. Kuber started revising it, and then I revised it. It's kind of like a mix of three people who made that last part. And it's why it kind of plays different. I
Ooh.
wish tried to build that wave more. I wish I tried to reattempt it, which would have completely changed what that ending segment looked like. It could have been better, it could have been worse. I don't know, but I feel like a part of me feels like I should have at least tried more to find out if it would have been bad or not. Because if I cooked nothing, it was a nothing burger, it would have ended the same way. I would have got Tank to do his thing and yada yada yada. But I
Yeah.
wish I just tried. Because I don't know, I feel like the waves in that level are very iconic, and then the third part's just noticeably very different when you play it. So I think those are my regrets. I feel like to those who played it, they'll understand a lot. To those who don't play it, probably a whole lot of nothing burger. But hey, man, it is what it is. And no, I wouldn't fix the optimization, man. Those little like block things, like the block design in my part using all those little pixels. I'm sorry, man. It was 2 point. What am I supposed to do? I wasn't the smartest of the editor. There's like 50,000 blocks. I don't care. It is what it is. We live and let live. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, 95% of the community isn't going to beat the level.
Oh yeah, I can't even beat that level. I like thought about beating it one day, but like Bro, that level's hard. Like, damn.
Mm. And I'll go back to actually. I asked you about your inspiration for Slaughterhouse, and I'll ask the same for Final Destination because I know I saw quite a few people asking about that.
Ooh. My inspiration for Final Destination, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh God. So kind of Final Destination literally came from like the heart. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of obvious with like the level, but there was quite a bit of lore with it. So a lot of it has to do with my personal life. I ain't getting into that. But we'll talk about the GD aspect of it because it was interesting. And it all starts with the original 8 jumps of hell that has been deemed or whatever. Those jumps in Silent Club Sub.
Yeah.
Those jumps, I was the first person to do those jumps. I didn't use the mirror portal, my bad, but I did that. And I know like As It For The Win did it shortly after. I forget like if I honestly don't even remember if I was like the first or I did it slightly after. All I know was I spent an ungodly amount of times doing the 8 jumps of hell, and I did the 8 jumps of hell to 100, and that was like the hardest thing I had done in the game at that point. And
Mhm.
it was on the challenge list. It was called like Silent Club Sub World Record, like SC World Record, and it got placed at like number 5 or something like really high up, right? And the number one challenge at the time was D by Bo, and this is when Bo, the guy who made the Golden, owned the challenge list.
Yeah.
And he and the challenge community back then thought the idea that 8 jumps being that hard were kind of was stupid. Like they quite literally did not believe in like frame perfects being that hard. They're like, there's no way 8 jumps are that hard. And Bo, uh, actually I should say this first. I did create Final Destination after. I like the idea of trying to do that twice in a row, so I made Final Destination, and Bo then decided, without playing the level or anyone really giving an opinion on how hard SC World Record was, moved it from like 5 to 25.
Oh God.
And then he commented on my video of Final Destination saying, I guess it's not top one anymore. Because I said Final Destination would have been top one, which, by the way, it would have been by like a million miles. But then he posted that, and that didn't rub me the right way. The challenge community really didn't like me, and I literally just got like, bro just decided, nah, we ain't having this. Moves my level down, and then like talk shit, and then that guy ended up cheating. So I don't know, like you suck. But if you're hearing this, Bo, thank God you quit, man. But because of that, I was not very happy, and something about the idea of doing the same thing over and over and over again to me kind of like transcended like GD. Like literally sitting there doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like kind of clicked in my mind and it attached to different concepts like in life. Like for me it was like Final Destination, obviously pink black level.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like the contrast like with love where you try over and over and over again to try and like meet somebody. And like, oh, you meet someone, you have a bad experience. So like try over, you need to just restart. You need to just keep going. And that's why like the level kind of plays both sides. Like the whole give up thing is kind of not only about GD, but also sort of a sense of these things in life, regardless of what it is, that like roadblock you over and over and over again. That will just kind of tell you to give up. Like you need to go past it. So to me, it started meaning more. Like I started connecting it more in my brain about other things, and Final Destination kind of became about that. And I wasn't happy at the challenge list, so I thought it'd be hilarious to make a level that had like fucking I don't know, like 50 of those jumps, something like that, like something absurd. And I mean, I did that, but a lot of that level has to do with that. I think it's kind of obvious the level's about love, and the
Yeah.
end of the level with all the text, a lot of that text, like half of it is about like me and my personal life, but half it's about GD. Like frame perfects aren't hard, or frame perfects are easy, or whatever it said there. Like delusional. That stuff's about like what people like would say in the challenge list to me.
Yeah.
Like people told me frame perfects are easy. People told me that I was delusional and all this stuff. So like that's there for that reason. But the level is like a mix of that. Like it's half Geometry Dash related, half it's personal life related. But yeah, that's kind of the motivation with that level. It's kind of hard. I don't want to like get into everything with me, but
Yeah. You don't
I
have
think
to.
it's kind of obvious what the level's kind of about now with that sort of context. Plus, I mean, the song goes crazy, so
It is a
just
good
saying.
song. I really like the Final Destination song a lot.
Mhm.
And yeah, the last six questions pretty in depth. I don't think they're personal, but they're pretty in depth questions. And I think you'll definitely we have a final question for everybody.
Right.
I think
I mean, I'm ready. I mean, if I can't answer, I'll just say so.
I don't know. Like I've tried to look for stuff on the internet to see if you've prefaced the final question I'm gonna ask you before. I couldn't
Mm,
find anything, but we'll get to that shortly. And yeah, I don't know. I always perceived Final Destination as kind of like a more it to me it felt like a level that was like here's a break from everything generic kind of
mm,
type deal because like it's just two solid colors and
pretty much.
they mesh well with each other and the song is nice. It's just like dare I say it, femboy level. Like I know people love saying that and with like Niwa and Ko-Reda, Wasareda, those levels, the Reda levels, and I always got the vibe where it's just kind of like I guess a little similar to what you said. Uh, it kind of gave me like a metaphor, or it kind of made me feel like it was a metaphor for life, where
For something. Like
like
that's kind of like what I wanted to do.
yeah, and it's like you're going through like it looks like it's going to be happy, it looks like it's going to be fun, but the reality is it's pain, it's hell, it's torture, and you got to keep going. You just got to keep going. That's
Exactly.
my perception of it.
That's like what the goal was overall. And I'll say too, the reason that it's like pink and black, I feel like it's kind of obvious. It's supposed to be like the contrast of like those colors contrast completely.
Yeah.
Got like the pastel pink, you have the black. That's kind of like the contrast for me, like for love. It could be one or the other. But
Hmm.
also to me it was kind of like how else do you explain you can't explain a concept or like make like to represent a concept that deep and also one that's very personal and very different to a lot of people. Like if you ask someone like what's love to one person, it's completely different to somebody else.
Yeah.
But that's why I felt like the level was that simple. Like it was two solid colors because there's no way for me to visually represent like more than that. You know, like the ending is more personal and more developed for a reason, but the rest of the level is just that's it. It's basically the two colors because to people it's completely different. I tried to make that level represent what I felt, but also in a way that it wasn't too personal to me. Like you can watch that level and get you feel something completely different than someone else because they have their own experiences or this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
But the main theme is basically being thrown into like, for example, those jumps over and over and over again, and like this impossible task that you feel like you can never do. Like I remember that's kind of how I felt with those jumps, trying to do those like all day, like trying to do this like 3, 4 times, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like it just felt like banging my head against the wall, and a lot of things in life feel like that. So for me, like the main point of the level is to try and enforce that feeling of caring about something so much or something meaning that much to you to where you want to just keep at it no matter what. And I think that's why there's the text. I forget the exact thing. I know it's my own level, but I forget.
No,
It's like
you make a
something
lot
where
of
it
levels.
says like, oh my, something about being like, oh God, man, how do I forget?
I could put it on screen.
I'm honestly gonna
Episode
check real
two.
quick. Yeah, I want to
Uh,
get because I know I was very specific with that wording for a reason. I can't believe I forgot, man. It's been a while though. Honestly, it's like,
I mean,
damn, 4 years ago. Damn.
you make a lot of levels, so I don't think anyone expects you to remember every single detail about them
Hmm.
all.
Yeah, but there was like, oh God, stuff like, yeah, nothing can hurt you, stuff like that. Like there's things written where it's like, what are you worth? Where there's a lot of like self doubt and things like facets like that in life, where like you're endlessly trying at a certain thing and you can't see like an end in sight. You don't know if it's like possible. Like there's gonna be self doubt, but then like the idea of doing more and overcoming that is like things like nothing can hurt you. Like once you achieve whatever you're going for that much, no matter what it may be, if it's love or other things, like that sort of feeling is like what I think a lot of life's kind of about like life's just kind of about challenges and overcoming them. If it's
Yeah.
personal, if it's work, yada yada yada. But like I feel like I made it very general because I want it to apply to a lot of things. And I'm glad a lot of people got it. Like I can't believe like that level has like what like 1.1 million views on my channel. That's like ridiculous for like a layout with some like that level like reached a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people care about it or like it meant something to them, which is like that's what I wanted to do. So like I'm glad. Honestly think it's like one of my favorite levels ever that I've ever made. Like it's one of my I think best creations. Period. Uh, maybe would have changed a few things, but like other than that, like I think it's more about giving other people like that sort of same feeling where they kind of self-reflect. Like people can relate in a million different ways to that if they try to get that connection. Because other people will watch that level or Geometry Dash levels or other forms of media, like even like music or movies, and they don't
Yeah.
feel anything. You know, like they don't connect with stuff like that. And I honestly feel like that's a big reason a lot of people. I felt like very half and half hated in this game. Like when I was very active, I felt like half the community liked me, half the community hated me because I felt like half the community understood and sort of like felt connected to what I made, and another half just kind of didn't, and it kind of just went over their heads. Which like, there's no problem with that, but I feel like that level especially, like some people just see it and they're like they don't see any value. They're just like it's just a layout, it's pink and black, like whatever, like who cares? Where other people they see it and it's like their eyes are just wide, like it just makes sense to them. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of tough to explain, but I think I did a okay job.
I mean, I did just say how I perceived the level, and I would say you did a pretty good job,
Yeah.
if
Well then I
if it
win.
is accurate.
Woohoo!
I also
I
want to
did it.
briefly mention you say half the community likes you, half the community hates you. I was I've had a friend who thought the same, and I'm assuming there's probably more people out there. But I swear to God, I thought you were UFWM for a period of time.
That's funny. I've known that guy for a while, like since like 2019.
Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
Mm, he's a
Yeah,
good guy.
I don't know why. I just yeah, I don't. There's just something in my brain. I guess. Uh, Jesus Christ. What is it called? The freaking wave spam. I don't remember.
Diamond Blade.
Diamond Blade. Yes. I don't know why I
Yeah.
was about to say Diamond Dance. It's like that Sakupin Hill or
Nice
Sakupin
similar
Circles
names.
thingy. Similar, yeah. But yeah, no. I just kind of mixed you two up a lot. I
Mm.
did the same with. Oh Jesus. I don't remember. I don't remember. I talked about it in a previous interview, but yeah. Um. Hmm. What is it? What is it? Which one? Which one? Which one? I don't know which one to ask. I don't know. These
The
questions are all
choice is
good.
yours.
These questions are all good. Here, I'll give you. You know, I usually play games with people in these interviews, and I couldn't come up with a good game. I was gonna come up with one where I would take a structure from an old Impossible level, and have you guess what the old Impossible level is. But there was
Mm.
just like not there was not as many iconic ones as I remember.
It's hard to make iconic structuring.
Yeah, and we'll play a game right now. 4, 7, 9, 10, or 17.
I'm gonna go with 7.
All right. What is your end goal for Geometry Dash?
That's a very general question. Damn. Uh, I don't know. For me, it was always about creating and expressing myself. That's like it. I mean, like I've had my stints with like being a player and stuff like that. I mean, like, hey, I'm gonna have to deal with Death Corridor. I think Death Corridor honestly is like the end goal for me at this point because I've kind of wrapped up my creating career completely. Like I
Yeah.
feel satisfied personally, and now it's just kind of about like finishing the player aspect because I've always been a player on the sides. Usually, like in the shadows of my friends, like people like Atomic were like just so talented at the game. You know, like I was never the best player in any friend group I was in. Like all my
Yeah.
friends, like they were always crazy at the game. Like even like Septagon 7. Shout out to Septa. Septa's like insane at the game. I knew Septa in like 2019 used to hang out all the time. Like, but I never had that like big thing. Like hyperparacosm was the closest thing. But that was only because like I personally suffered and got so unlucky with that level to like where
Yeah.
it was like such a pain. But I like hyperparacosm. It's like such an easy level, man. Like I just need something to be proud of where I could be like, I created this, I created that, that's done. But I also want to be like, I beat this. And I know even when I verified Death Corridor, by the way, it's still like top 30. Like it's really hard. But I know like, I don't know, someone like Zoink's gonna beat it in like a day or two. Like it is what it is.
Yep.
About me, I just want to be happy with me personally. And I think I just need that last little project thing. And I mean, hey, past like 3 4 days, I've been playing again. Like I've played every day. Like I'll stream probably whenever I feel comfortable doing it. But I think that's my end goal right now is to just finish off. I feel like I've been like at the finish line. I'm just trying to finish things that would make me happy at this point.
That's a really good answer. I think, and I did have a question about Death Corridor earlier, and you actually answered it without me even having to ask. I love when that happens.
What was the question? Would I get back to it?
Yeah, basically, like, would you go back to trying to verify it? I think
I
you,
could give a bit of context if you want.
well, I think you answering it as your final goal is a lot better than answering it as if, like, if you're gonna go back to it.
Mm,
I think,
fair
like,
enough.
it just kind of feels cooler, I guess, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I always, like, I mean, I view every GD content creator as, like, a cool person, like, except the exceptions. And, I just think it's more fitting to put everything in more of a cinematic aspect. Like, it's either A, oh yeah, I'm gonna get back on Death Corridor someday and verify it, or B, that's gonna be the final thing I want to do in this game. That, like, B is so
Mm.
much more cooler to say, and it's more fitting because GD is like GD is mental. Like, this
Oh
game is
yeah.
so mentally straining, and it's deserving to kind of put everything on like a pedestal when it comes to like beating levels that mean something.
Yeah, like if you're passionate, like it means a lot to you. Like
Yeah.
it has value. I feel like a lot of people nowadays try and hide that passion, by the way. Like mainly I feel like it's a main thing with like players nowadays. People like Nswish kind of I don't even think Nswish was like doing it on purpose, but they kind of set a trend of like, the not caring attitude,
Yeah.
I'm just so good, like where it's like I know these people like a lot of them at least, or maybe some. I could be wrong, but I feel like to a lot of these people this game does like mean a lot, but they feel like if they express it, it's like cringe or this and that, whatever. Like, man, like
Screw that.
just be yourself, man. Like, I'm so sorry, but like if you're just nonchalant, really good at the game, I kind of don't care because it's like, great, man, you're just a name that beats things. Like, people want more than that, and I feel like if you're only in it for beating hard levels and there's nothing else, then like that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like people mainly look for passion. And I feel like, especially passionate people, there's obviously the casual person who does not care.
Yeah.
But to me, I feel like, hey, if you're passionate about the game and you're like low key hiding it because your friends gonna make fun of you or something like that, something stupid, like, man, like, nah, like, we ain't doing all that. Like, come on. Like,
Just show it.
I feel like, especially now, like, you used to be like a huge loser for being into like video games way back when, right? Like being like even as
Mm-hmm.
a kid, it's like, oh, like people did not view video games in the way that they do now, where people are very like it's a valid hobby. People like, oh, you spent like I don't know 10,000 hours on that game, like oh cool, like people used to not, you would say that back then, and people would throw you in like a mental institution. Like it's different times, man. It's not a I don't think it's a time to be necessarily ashamed of caring. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think. God, I have a Steam account. My Steam account is like younger than a lot of my friends' Steam accounts, and we calculated the hours on it, and Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah, no, I
it's
by
so
the
much
way, I
work.
think I have on my main Steam account, I have like 8.6K hours or something like that in Geometry Dash. Like
Oh God, yeah, mine's
I'm sure
half that.
I'm sure a lot of those are probably like idle, but like I've played this game for a long ass time. Like yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to not care.
Yeah. Um. You know what? We'll keep playing the game. 4, 9, 10, or 17.
Let's go with 17. We'll take the biggest
Ooh.
one.
What is your least and most favorite level in the entire game?
Oh, jeez.
We'll start with
Least and
least.
most. Oh, that's tough. I honestly think it's gonna be easier to hate on something than it is to appreciate in this case. It's probably just true about every. I'm gonna be so honest. Damn, nah, but worst level, man. People make atrocious things. Lord, oh God, worst. It's tough, man. Because also like I hated hyperparacosm to such an extreme degree, but now the level's just like free. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Oh God, I think you know what. Honestly, what would be my favorite level if I had to choose? Oh God, this might feel. It's like a tad generic, but I feel like it's a personal answer. I feel like Silent Club Set might be one of my favorite levels of all time, even though it's like that level plays horribly. But
Yeah.
that level like was a huge reason why I got into GD. It's so probably the main reason I got into impossible levels. Like it impossible levels back then, like I wanted to learn the history of sailing. I want to know the history level. Like how do you beat this? Like it got me into being passionate and looking more outside of the game, more outside of just like this is a level. It kind of made me think outside the box, even if it plays terribly and if every update's broken it. I feel like it just represents such a big part of what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
So I think even though there's like millions of levels better than it, like objectively, I'm gonna take that. And if you're watching this for whatever reason, thank you. It, oh my god, at least favorite. I don't know if I can be able to say for least favorite.
I will point out though, I do agree. Um Silent Clipstep is a pillar in this
Oh
game.
yeah,
1,000,000%. And I like we would do these Mount Rushmore games with a couple people. Like who would you put on the Mount Rushmore in the GD community? But if I were to do levels, I would definitely put Silent Clubstep up there. Like
mm,
it is super iconic. It's more iconic than Silent Club. I
true.
created that.
Although I think I found my answer for one of my least favorites, and I'll say one of because I don't think I could objectively ever say like number one in either category. But one of my
Yeah.
least favorite levels ever. Gotta go to Avernus. I know Diamond had a lot of fun. He said the level's overhated, whatever. I hate everything that level stands for. Like they made a whole alter ego alt about like Pac Windfish. Like that's an alt account, man. Like they did not care about that level so bad. They made a whole personality to just like kind of just be rage bait around how bad that level was. Like everything about it. The horrible hitboxes, the fact that it's like there's nothing special about that level. It's like apparently related to the golden. I don't know about all that. Like it just kind of it's just so inconsistent. There's so many bad things about that level that I don't like. And hey man, if the top players listening are like that level actually plays pretty good, like that's all right. I just hate everything it stands for. That level was so bad, and that thing got like rated. I remember when that level got rated. It's like though everyone who made like demons is like they could have rated anything else, but nah, they put Avernus up there. Like, god damn. I will say though, like it's a level in a game, but god damn, everything it stood for, I disliked. And a lot of the people who worked on it, by the way, like decorators or like stuff like that,
Yeah.
like no hate. The level low key like the level don't look bad. Don't get me wrong. Uh, but geez, everything else about it is just nah. I just can't.
It just feels like an industry plant. Uh,
It's the biggest like plant ever of like why
it's
do I even
oh my
exist?
god,
And, like
it's
Jesus, we
how
got the
does
Pillsbury Doughboy at the end of the level. Like, are we kidding me? Like, oh bro, like
I
that too. Stuff like that just made me so mad. It's like why are you trying to? It's like, oh, get it? We're so unserious, but we're the hardest level in the game. Like, like man, like just pick a lane. I just can't. Like that also, I think I'll throw this in the category. You know what? Why not? I really dislike levels that are named stupid things for no reason, and they're extreme demons that are like on the list. Like I'm all cool with I named my level something dumb. Like okay, like I get it, it's silly. Why are you putting on Pointer Crate, man? Like I don't get it. Like why do you gotta be number 25 on the list and be named something stupid? Like it kind of just makes me feel like you don't care, and people like me who care so much, it kind of just like it feels like you're propping up a billboard more than anything. Which I know there's I don't want to name anybody, but I know that there's creators who are talented, who name their levels stupid things, who are like actually passionate. They're creative. They make good things. Why are you just throwing everything under the bus at the finish line? Just because like everyone else is all nonchalant and it's not cool to name your level serious things. You're
Yeah.
like, man, like I so much rather beat a level that is so like over dramatic, like Abyss of Darkness, than I don't know, like something stupid. Like man, like remember what I said about creating stories with people? Even if your level's like, I don't know, 80 on the list or 120, that might be someone's like crowning achievement that they'll hold for the rest of like their time in video games. And then you're
Yeah.
gonna name it something dumb. Like, think about that. Like, I feel like it just drives away a lot of people and just encourages like the nonchalant, not caring thing in like a game that's filled with so much passion. Like, and the people making it are usually very passionate too. Like, to me, it just makes no sense. So I'm gonna throw Avernus and naming your level something stupid and then being really hard in like my least favorite category.
Alrighty. Ren 241. He is 100% talking about you with the Breaking Bad
No,
series.
man. I mean, Saul Goodman didn't have to be that hard, but like, come on now.
I am throwing you under the bus. As
Ben
soon
ain't
as
even a bad guy.
like
Like,
as soon as you said like number 25, I'm like, "Oh my god, please don't say Saul Good."
I'm just like, there's also, I was honestly not even thinking about Ren, but he also does fall in that category. He's a really talented creator too. Just like,
Yeah.
I don't think he cared that much. I think that man just live, laugh, loving. Like, like, whatever.
Limbo
It's
but
chill.
ooh woo, I guess.
I think that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm gonna be honest.
that
Like,
that
man, like, you want me to click on that? Like, bro, like, I just can't. Like, I can't bring my, like, I barely care about the game. You gonna make me click on that? I ain't doing that. Like, no, like, you're just, whatever, man. Don't judge a book by its cover. People say, man, I'm judging the book by its cover, but instantly, I can't enjoy the book because it's named something stupid.
no,
Like,
I
I don't know, a little tangent, but
I feel like I have to disagree. I don't know. I don't
it's
know.
fine.
I'm just a silly guy, so I
It's
love
chill, man.
silliness. So
That's my take. I get people are chill there, and hey, like, it's a game. I will
yeah,
always be like, just do if it brings you joy and whimsy and happiness, go for it. I'm gonna think it's low key dumb, but like, who cares, man?
and that's another thing I really like is that Pointer Crate and everything community made is not official. So anything on there, it's like it's not like this is gonna be seen by tens of millions of people. It's probably only gonna be seen by a couple million,
Mm-hmm.
which is
But it's also
nice.
like, I don't know. Imagine if Slaughterhouse was named something like that, man. Like all the aura gone. Like nobody.
Mango
There's no
Funk
way that level
House.
would be that popular. Yeah, like there's no way.
Have you seen that level?
Which one?
Mango Funk House.
No, I've seen a lot of Slaughterhouse videos. I'm honestly
it's,
glad. I
it's
probably will after this though.
it's number one on the brain rot tier list, or
Oh my
not tier list,
god.
the brain rot demon list. I don't know why I said tier list. And
I'll give it a check after. I might leave a comment. If not, hey man,
my
I'm
friend,
probably disappointed. That's probably all.
yo, shout out to God tier. I don't know if you know who God tier is. He made the brain rot
I do
demon
not,
list.
but
He
I approve of fun and whimsy, so
Yeah,
go
it
crazy.
is very funny. I like shouting people. One of my friends, Takane. I brought his name up in the Nepesta interview, and he was like in my DMs, like, dude, I just realized Nepesta knows me now. He doesn't know me, but like he knows my name, and I'm like, maybe I'll shout out a small person that I know in front of these people because I don't know.
I mean,
Apparently, like it's so cool how it means something to them, but like to me, it's like I view a lot of the people we've interviewed on the same level because it's like
people are people.
people are people. I
Like,
mean, like there's nothing special about me, but I view something special about all the guests and the people we've interviewed, like you and Nepesta, Doggy, like everyone,
I'm gonna
because it's
say,
you guys are awesome.
nah. It's just that's something I've grappled with a lot, and I'll say is the main reason that I was never very keen about showing my personality and all that stuff on the internet was just because like I don't think I'm anything close to special. I just think I'm a normal person, and I
And
think
yeah,
I remember as a kid too, growing up, I had like a lot of idols in this game, and I got to meet them all and learn that they're all also just normal people, and then that just kind of like washed away. But I feel like it's something you kind of have to experience if it's you getting really popular or you meeting like an idol of yours. Like you realize like man, people are just people. Like everyone's
yeah.
just someone. Like there's no real difference.
And I love. I don't know. I guess I'm also like I love people, so like I guess everyone is special to me. and I just
Right?
view
I mean,
myself
everyone
as just
brings
a
something
guy.
different to the table.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. I'm debating on whether we play the game because there is a question here that would be really, really good to end off on.
Honestly, if it's good to end off on, then do that one last or second last or whatever the order will be.
Hmm. Actually, the special question is going to be the last one technically, so we'll
Mm.
we'll continue to play the game.
Okay, okay.
4, 9, or 10.
9.
What is your favorite project that you've worked on?
Oof. That's so hard to say. Oh Lord. Favorite project I worked on. Does that mean like collabs or like everything I've ever made?
We'll make it easier. Collabs, mega collabs that you've started.
I've started.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I don't have many mega collabs. I guess. Hmm. I think 2.1 Slaughterhouse for like a collab was really good. Grief was also really nice, but Grief was kind of more easy to follow because it was like a remake of the old level where the new Slaughterhouse was completely different. And I, funny enough, like I quit building that level halfway through because I ran out of ideas, and then my friend convinced me to make a collab, and then like I got people who were also like my friends but also passionate to work on it. Like there was a
Yeah.
lot of coincidence and moving parts with 2.1 Slaughterhouse. Might be a generic answer, but a lot of things went into it, so it's gonna be that.
Sweet. Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the good question after. So there's 4 and then there's 10. Should
I'm
I?
gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I want 4 to be the last one, so I'm gonna take 10.
Oh, you just know that that's the question, don't you? uh,
Some intuition.
Number 10. How do you feel about the current state of the GD community?
Oh Lord. Oh, I'm gonna keep this short. GD community. Okay, this community is always like has always been infighting since the dawn of time. I know people are very nostalgic about old GD, including myself, but like there was always infighting. The only
Mm-hmm.
difference was there was less people to infight with and a lot less places to infight with, mainly GD Twitter. Like when that didn't exist, man, it was like sunshine and rainbows, but people would be leaving like the most like egregious things in comment sections on GD levels. Like there was always something.
Yeah.
But the community now, man, it's in a rough spot, I'd say. I feel like there's so much to do in this game and so much to offer, but again, there's so much infighting. There's so many like a lot of people are so strong about their opinions and so close-minded about so many things. And it like roadblocks us out of so much. If it's like again, CBF or stuff like that, just mods, things to improve this game. Like I think the biggest thing is people not being able to let go that like original GD and like Rob Top, he ain't perfect. Like he make mistakes. Like things can be better and like
Yeah.
change should be like accepted and not like so unbelievably controversial. And stuff like I don't know how important the list is, how important levels being rated are. Like I feel like there's so many things that people make important in their heads that just isn't. Like this is a game, you're supposed to have fun. Do what makes you happy. And I don't think it should be that much different than that. And like Lord forbid somebody else have fun. You don't have to go try ruin their fun, call their levels bad, say they're a bad player, like ego people. Like there's so much like I don't know. There's a lot of hate in this community, but I feel like a lot of it is self-hatred that people project onto others or other things or other projects or just like rage baiting. All this like it's just so like man, this is I want to contextualize. This is a single player game. Whatever you do in the single player game literally affects nobody. Like that is just the truth. The most impact anyone has to do with like if somehow you convince RobTop to do something or you upload a level and it gets rated and even then like oh I don't like this level, I don't have to care. Like I don't care about levels
Right?
I don't care about. Like what, like it doesn't have to be the end of the world to me. Like I just talked about how much I dislike Avernus, but Avernus is a level and like now like what, it's not number one, people don't really care. Like who really, it doesn't mean that much. Like you can dislike the ideas and the things that people stand for, I think is the only real valid criticisms that people should be giving out. But everything other than that is just like made up. It just all feels like not real.
Yeah.
So I feel like this community will always prosper, but I feel like if you're in this game, just find a group that you like, people you relate to, people who like accept you and think the same about the game in the sense of like having fun, not being egotistical about how many attempts you take on a level or all this like nonsense, and just like enjoy it. Like just have your own little story. Like people like Nepesta, they had like the era with tech and all that,
Yes,
like
the
the
gang.
gang like have your own one of those. Like everyone has their own little story. Do your thing. Don't care about like what other people say. Like that's it. People just feel very, I guess, insecure. I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the fact that a lot of people who play this game are like in their teens, but like man, I hate to say the line because so many people say the line and for no good reason, but it is a cube game. Just like any other game is any other game. It's a video game. It's supposed to be have fun. You do that. Like man, all this infighting over nothing, man. Like the life could be a dream if people just communicated and used logic and reason and just heard people out instead of just being hard headed and being stuck in their ways and being elitist about things. Like fuck, I don't know. It's always drove me crazy, and it's a big reason why I don't interact anymore with this game.
Yeah, like one of the things I always kind of do, like how you said, if you don't like a level, you just, I mean, it doesn't matter. I
And
like,
dislike it doesn't mean you got to go like post a
yeah,
broadcast about it. Like you know what I mean? Like screaming from the rooftops. Like
yeah.
geez.
Like I do that, but with levels I like because I love having that space of positivity in like communities that I can grow. And I mean, I have my moments. I was crashing out on someone that joined our Discord and was trying to get me to like be more clashing in opinions to kind of like make the interviews more heated for their own entertainment. I'm like, okay, they're just a narcissist. Get out of my server.
It's there's always gonna be moments. I'm sure I've had my moments where I've done like stupid things or said stupid things, but
Yeah, and I
just be normal.
yeah, I mean, uh, I feel like having your moments makes you more human. No one's
Oh
perfect.
yeah, no one's perfect.
That's the beauty of being human.
No, it's what makes us what we are.
Yeah. And then the final question before the secret question:
Mm.
are there any upcoming projects that we may not know
I mean, yeah, yeah.
of that you're
The
willing to
thing
talk about?
is, I'm going to talk about them. The main thing is though, I said earlier I've been building
Yeah.
and just showing a few friends. The main thing is, if anything more of that will ever come. I mean, again, I don't know. I guess this is a decent comparison. I feel like I'll compare to like being an artist. I feel like an artist who made like some really good albums, and now I feel like anything I release got to be really good, or else like like people have expectations of me now. I used to create. I had no expectations. I just made things because I felt like it, and
Yeah.
now I feel like there's expectations with the projects I do. Like, oh, it's got to be a top one, or oh, it's got to like be this new trend, like all this, that, and whatever. And to me, it's like I just kind of create for fun. It's kind of always what I've done, but especially with wrapping up the story with Slaughterhouse and all these things, it's like I don't have any big grandiose projects with these huge long histories that you can really dive into, and I don't really have that. So I have things that I've been working on, but if I'll ever release them, I don't know. There's a chance. There has been. I'll say this. I have wanted to make a level that's kind of like a minus world, like I have the Blade series or whatever. I've always wanted to make another really like chaotic layout level with like
Yeah.
some 2.2 stuff, but even then, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable like releasing it. I'm like the most I feel like I'd do nowadays is like post a video about it and then not post it to the servers, because I feel like whenever I do something like that, I just make for fun. Like I Slaughterhouse and stuff like that. There's a lot of history to it, so it's different. But like with stuff like that, like Minus World or whatever, I feel like a lot of people care more about it than I do. Like I'll make something for fun, and then people are just like so overcritical and be like, "Oh my god, like people like this Ice Cape guy? Like, geez, like this is just anyone could make this." It's like, man, like, oh my god, like stuff like that just kind of gets on my nerves because I straight up don't have to post anything. That's what I've done for the past 2 years. Like, I don't have to make any more levels, and I can make more levels and just not show anyone. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't need validation. I don't need
Yeah.
people to do this and that, whatever. So I am making things. Just I don't know if anyone will ever really get to see it, and I don't really care. I feel kind of bad for those who want to see it, but I also feel like I might let people down. I might disappoint people with what I make. And there's just a lot of this like external pressure that I guess doesn't really exist even. Like it's just stuff that like I feel, but it's kind of pushed me away. So I don't know. Maybe one day. I will never say to count me out. I mean, I'll probably always participate in some collab if I think a level's really cool. But
Yeah.
if there will be any big like project from me ever again, I don't know. I don't think so. But who knows? Time will tell. I don't know the future.
Well, I do think with creating stuff, like you compared it to like an artist that is like gonna make like they have to top their previous album,
Hmm.
and that kind of made me think about do you know who Linkin Park is?
Yes, I do.
They every single time they make an album, the one thing because I watch a lot of their like interviews, I watch a lot of their like underground like recordings and how they talk about their creative process. And the one thing they always want to do is to make sure they do something different to get out of their comfort zone instead of trying to make something better.
Hmm.
And they did so their first album, everybody knows it, Hybrid Theory. Uh, number one debut album in the planet. I don't know how you can top that, but they,
Yeah.
with the sound, in my opinion, they did top it. Like 14 years later, they redid it, and it kind of like they didn't redo the album, but they kind of like made new songs to kind of dip into the same theme as like the rock or metal elements, but kind of made it more modern. And that's kind of like those two albums kind of like mm, is a to me because like I know Linkin Park. To me, it feels like a metaphor that relates to like Slaughterhouse and Grief. It's like
Hmm.
Slaughterhouse was the original, the 2.1, and Grief was the revamp of an old version of a different level named Slaughterhouse. And it's kind of like a bunch of these webs of like just recreation and innovation and just doing it to kind of push yourself instead of trying to appease the masses. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to make layouts, and every time instead of trying to make a layout better, I want to just make I want to do something different.
Yeah. No, that's like a lot of things that I have been making are just very different. And it's kind of just tough because I feel like I don't, I'm fine creating and not uploading. And when I got comfortable with that, I just stopped doing things on the internet. Like I just started doing whatever because I wasn't as interested. And it felt like, oh my God. I remember with grief and how much hate it got and all this and that, whatever. Like, I don't think people get. I like people like me sign up for that every time you hit upload. Every time you release something, you sign up to just getting like hate
Yep.
constantly. And a lot of people don't take that well, and there's people who take it fine. And like to me, it's just always been like a. I've described a lot about how much like goes into usually the things that I've made, and then to just see stuff like grief is red and it's like red top one, you know,
Red
make
bad.
something that isn't red top one icedcave, and it's like, man, just look at my level discography. Like, man, there's so many levels I made. I made like a couple red levels. Like, we
Make
need to
it
chill.
pink.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that where it's just like, man, like I just why do I even listen? Or just people who just straight up say like really nasty things, and it's like, oh, it's like why listen or things like that. It's like I kind of don't like for years. I will admit I haven't read like my comment section in like years. Like it got to a point where everything I made felt so controversial and felt like every time I released something there would be some drama that I just stopped reading comments completely. I just like
Damn.
stopped because I'm like I just like why am I sign up to read these things, like why am I doing that? But then I just thought about it. I'm like, why do I sign up to even like why am I doing this? Like what? Like I'm posting this for what reason? Like damn, like I don't really care about the views or the money or yada yada yada. I like making people happy,
Yeah.
but also I kind of don't like getting everything I make needs to be a drama. And I know Grief's gonna get verified, and then there's gonna be a bunch of drama, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. Like I've been dealing with this for years, and this goes for other creators too. Like this applies to everyone. Like Riot, I'll say Riot dealt with this too, and I felt like that really did something. Like it made me put everything in perspective when Acheron got like showcased. and people were
Yeah.
really hating on it when it first got showcased. People, I feel like everyone hates on the new thing when it comes out initially. People hated Acheron. People were like, "Oh, you made it great. It's boring. Like, what is this? Like, this is innovate." And then like time passes, people are like, "Nah, like people liked Acheron. It's a pretty widely liked level about like at least the decoration. Zoink, you did not do a great job of bouncing. It is what it is." But like I remember talking with Riot because I co-hosted like every other project that he came out with, Acheron, Turnus, like I helped co-host like all those things, and
Yeah.
I remember like hearing his response to the hate. Like he was like he was hurt by it too. You know, like I saw Riot not like happy, and a lot of people ask why Acheron like isn't the Tartarus sequel because it was supposed to be, and then all of a sudden it isn't. Acheron stopped being the Tartarus sequel because of all the hate that Riot got, and then in a moment he was like, "It's not the sequel anymore," and that's why people are like, "It's a sequel, but not the sequel." That's quite literally because of the backlash and the things he heard. Like that guy is an adult with a job and a life, and he like randomly comes back because he wants to make something because he's passionate, and then he signs up to like getting like dunked on by like 30 different children like constantly all the time. It's like, dude, like nobody enjoys that, even if it passes. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with specifically Jump Dash. I don't understand. The new thing comes out, everyone hates it for a while. And then you get the validation. I dealt with that. Everyone hated Grief, and now people are so excited for Grief to come out. Like I was hearing the most horrendous things ever about that level. People were saying like, "Oh, you're just redoing the same thing over and over again. Oh, another boring. Like, all this gameplay sucks." Like, and now people are like, "Dude, the history of like, yeah, like now you appreciate it, but like when it came out, like
Yeah.
I had to hear about this for months. Like that doesn't go away. Like, it can you get used to it, but like it's not nice being used to something like that,
Yeah.
especially when you do it for you. It's different if you're doing it for other reasons, but like when you do it for yourself and it means something to you, to just kind of get that, just it will naturally push anyone away. And I felt like when I saw Riot's reaction to that, it kind of like made me realize because like Riot was like a he's a legend, and I remember looking up to him a lot in 1.9, and then I
Yeah.
got to meet him, cool guy, normal person, like he's just like everyone else. And I noticed like even Riot can feel that way about like the things he hosts or creates or like brings into this game, and I'm like, damn, like that guy's like a Riot's like a legend. I don't think anyone can ever like talk bad about him like that. And it put everything into context for me. And maybe this puts it into context for other people who are creating now. So I don't know. It's rough.
TLDR, everybody, start respecting us.
Just don't be let it simmer, you know? Like damn, like
Yeah.
don't see something like maybe rewatch it a couple maybe wait a week. I don't know. People will never change.
Yeah.
But
I
eh.
it's just a matter of patience, and it sucks. And it's like I totally understand. Like I know a lot of people that I talk to about Tidal Wave. They're like, initially it was just like when it first came out, but then over time, I think it's because we kept getting these bad levels. Like, I'm forever gonna hate Amethyst. I'm forever gonna not really like Nullscapes. I love
Yeah,
Robot,
no, me
but
neither.
and then
Dude, the whole CBF thing too put the worst taste in my mouth. Just like, oh my god, you made a level that's like top three, and you're like whatever, man. Like, I get it. You don't understand. You're gonna tell everyone, and then you're gonna insult them too. Like, bro, like, oh whatever. I'm not
uh,
gonna get into it.
yeah, let's
I know what you mean.
leave that dust on that book.
Mm.
But yeah, no, it's my hatred for not actually, yeah, my hatred for Amethyst is immortalized, and I feel like a lot of people relate to that because it is just like corporate like what Zoink said, corporation slop. It is an industry plan, and it's so weird how the unofficial and the official sequel, well, quote unquote sequels, whatever, to the Golden are just it's just industry plants.
Yeah, nah. Like, nothing's good come from it, man. Like, it's
Oh,
crazy.
the Golden was the peak of those three, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah, nah. It's. I mean, the golden's a pretty good level. I can't take that away from Bo. That's a pretty good level.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Hey, man.
I don't know. I don't know how
Everyone's
to feel.
entitled to their opinion.
I need to beat it. I need to beat it first.
Fair
That's
enough.
what I should do. I should not do it because I'm not beating Amethyst. Tidal Wave I could. I mean I've done
Don't
insane
believe
runs
her.
on it. But
You know what? I'll say quick. Tidal. What I liked about Tidal Wave, because I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of like the decoration. I think the song carried the level really far, and I also think that it was Zoink verifying it was actually really good because Zoink, up until that extent, I wasn't a huge fan of Zoink because he wasn't. I didn't view him as very passionate. He kind of had that nonchalant personality. But like him reacting to Tidal Wave and spending as long as he did, like that, like finally saw the passion in him. Like I saw him care about something, and like his reaction to me was just like he did it. He gets it, and
yeah,
I'm like that's perfect. Like that, again, that's all like what I want. So like when I saw that, like it made Tidal Wave like worth it. Even if I think like that level was originally supposed to be like not even close to top one. Like there's a lot of questionable decisions with it getting to where it is, but like the story ended off well, you know?
yeah.
I think it's cool. Definitely, and yeah, definitely better than a lot of things that have come out since.
I mean, Tidal Wave is one of the most fitting top ones since like I guess Slaughterhouse. I don't.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like the complete opposite. I like it. The song's also really the song carries so hard, man. It's a song so good.
I don't know. I mean, I will be honest. I've only tried to practice the wave in it because I mean I'm wave carried. So
So am I.
I have fun with the wave in the in the level, but only the first drop because it's the only one I've actually practiced and done runs on.
That's fair.
But it is the hardest part of the level. I did 23 to 36. I'm gonna go for it someday. Don't know when.
I'm a believer.
And once if I beat Tidal Wave, next thing I'm gonna verify Ton 618.
Hey, man. That level's pretty cool too. I
I
can't believe how mega viral that level went, by
Dude,
the way.
it's so weird. Every single comment section, Ton 618, like there's always one person in every comment section in every GD video brings up Ton 618 for some reason. And for some reason, the meme went to us.
I mean, that level's like the closest thing. You know, like how I made 1.9 impossible levels. Like
Yeah.
that's the closest thing to a 1.9 impossible level like ever. Just because it's like so to the wall extreme, but like it's somehow like people look at it and are just in awe because I feel like a lot of the ILL levels and stuff like that, they're
Yeah.
none of them take themselves seriously. There's very few that do, and the ones that do kind of stand out in that way. And I think that's where like Ton 618 kind of like shined.
Yeah. I One thing I've realized, it does seem to be one of, I don't know if it is the first, but it does seem to be one of the first impossible levels to actually get a full decoration. As
Oh yeah,
far as
dude,
I'm
I
aware.
remember the guy that was decorating that pooch. He was like showing me that he was decorating that, and I'm like, I remember even I thought like it's kind of a waste of how insane this decoration is to decorate this of all things, but like he was passionate about it. He did it, and like damn, like he did a really good job.
Yeah.
So like, I think it was well worth it
Yeah, it I would love to verify the possible version one day. I and I feel like it'll get done. I mean, I don't know the process that they're doing. Like I don't think Ton 618 is like I'm pretty sure it's on a back burner right now, but I don't
hmm
know. I don't know anything
I
about
thought it
it.
was gonna be hard to revamp, but I mean, hey, it's popular. Like people, there's people behind that project that are very passionate. I'm sure something
Yeah.
will come of it
Yeah, I love the level, and I would love to give into the meme.
for sure. I'm all
But
for it.
alrighty, final secret question. I tried to find somewhere of you prefacing this question, but I've seen stuff on Twitter. I've seen art that may signify it. Um,
Mm.
that might have given away the answer, but I'll ask it anyways. And I don't know how if you are about your personal life, but if it's too personal, I can just cut this part out if you want.
All good.
Iced cave.
Uh-huh.
Are you a furry?
I honestly, you were leading it, and you were starting to. My cogs started turning in my head about what it could be. Oh Lord, the funniest thing about this is, you know what? Here, I'll do this. I'll entertain it, but I'll ask. I always say this, define it. Because everyone has, I swear to God, everyone has a different definition of what they think it is. And a lot of people associate like some people think like that means like you gotta like dress up in a fursuit and stuff like that. Like what's the definition here? I'll play into this, but like we gotta set boundaries on what this gonna mean.
I've always seen it as this: if you got a fursona in mind, even if it's not like a real thing, and you want it to like my character in my profile picture, before it was a guy with green hair and a hockey mask, and then that got turned into a fursona recently,
Mm,
actually. And I've always viewed myself like I never had a fursona, I never had this, and I've always viewed myself as a furry since I was like 10 or something like that. I don't remember, but
mm.
basically, if you just have a fursona in mind that you actually like and keep, that's what I would say is a furry.
By that, okay, well, I'll say first, I have my bunny thing that I've retweeted, that Fish made. He made like a custom design out of my like he made a character out of my icon, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And like ever since, like there's been more art of that, and there's also been like even the Final Destination character that
Oh, I
Angel
see
has
that.
made, like that stuff is like so cool to me. Like I really like it. So I guess maybe I don't know, like it really depends on what people's definition is, but I look at art like that like personifies, if it's like I don't know, my buddy or a level I made or something like that. I think that's awesome because like I mean, like, how do you not find that cool? Like, is that not flattering? Like, someone made
Oh,
that and it's like bringing it to life.
oh yeah. I thought
Like,
it like I was like starstruck. Do you know Aramax?
no, that or my memory's terrible. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, they make thumbnails. They make Zoink's thumbnails like with his
Oh,
fursona in
okay.
them. He just
Oh, yeah,
offered.
those are sick.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
straight
like,
up
those
offered.
are cool.
And it was like I was so happy he made thumbnails for us for like live streams, and I'm like it was like I was, oh my god, I was like a kid in a candy store. Like it was so awesome.
mm. Yeah, no, like I agree. Like I saw the art that was made, like they brought my buddy to life. I was like, that's like I don't know. If you don't find that cool, I feel like you got no soul. Like come on now, like someone made you like a character, like that's awesome. I
That
don't
is
know.
awesome.
So that's why like I've always like intentionally ghosted the question because one, it's funny. Two, what that means completely depends on who you ask. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I think that stuff's cool. That stuff's cool. I mean, I always liked like now I'm getting into like the semantic whatever, man. It is what it is. Like I grew up I remember seeing like Pokemon. I thought Pokemon was cool. Like Lucario was my favorite Pokemon. I played
Same.
Pokemon games. Like, is thinking Pokemon cool make you furry? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe by someone's definition, it might. Like, if it has to do with getting a fursuit, I don't know about all that. I don't think I'd do that. So,
I wouldn't do that either. I don't think so.
I think then I'm gonna say the comments can disagree with me. Whatever. I'm gonna say no, but like I don't whatever, man. That my answer's out there. Make of it what you will. I'm gonna just say no till the end of time, no matter what.
Up to
But
interpretation.
but I will not complain if anyone makes more art of the bunny character. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. I would not be mad. I'm gonna retweet it. Just saying. Just I hope you got the answer that you were looking for.
Well, you could have said yes or no, or you could have abstained. Either way, we're gonna clickbait it, thumbnail, yada.
Oh
20
my god, I'm
clips.
imagining the profile picture and are you a furry? Oh my god. Nah, man. Whatever. If it is, it is. It'll be what it'll be. Okay? Like